There we go. It'll be 100 years before...
Okay, where the heck was I?
What about the person who controls the Union? What is Don Whitehorse like?
In a word, big. Big voice, big body, big everything.
We already know what he looks and sounds like. We saw him, remember?
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, he's a really cool person.
Does that answer your question, Estelle?
It's clear that Carol has a lot of respect for the Don, but that's about the only thing that's clear.
He's so cool that it can't be expressed in words.
We'll just leave it at that then.
How do you describe him? He's there. Oh, that's good to know. Is he doing anything? Well, he's there. You sure? Yeah, he's definitely there. Definitely. Right, I'm not supposed to do that anymore because some idiots have usurped the phrase, the gesture.
I had no idea trees this big existed.
Yeah, but it doesn't exactly look healthy for them to be this overgrown.
It's just like you said, Carol. It's like what happened at Heliord when the Blastia went berserk.
Be careful. There's somebody here.
Hey, what a coincidence!
What the hell are you doing in a place like this?
You know, out for a forest stroll, taking in the nature.
Something smells fishy.
What? Where's my welcome?
You didn't think we'd honestly be glad to see you, right?
Ah, you don't mean that. I can come in handy, you know.
You're not thinking of coming with us, right?
Of course. It's lonely being out here all by my lonesome. What? No dice?
You'd better watch your back. If you try anything funny, you're dead.
Hey, you don't really think my story stinks that bad, do ya?
Yeah, the stench is sort of coming off you in waves.
Really?
I can't take responsibility for what I'll do if you make any sudden moves. Don't forget that.
And then Raven just kind of joined the party. Man, and I thought it was bad when Kate Sith joined the party. That was just... Okay, sure. Welcome to the party, I guess. Good morning, Sonic Doctor, KO, Dakota, Platty, Leander. What's up, guys? Aren't there like 3 digits of levels, Dakota? I actually don't remember. Either way, stage 90 is probably better than I can manage.
I know there's not much point in bringing it up again, but this guy's really fishy.
Yeah, how long's he planning to stick with us anyway?
Does he even have a good reason for being in Cave Mock?
You heard him, old man. Spit it out.
Huh? I'm gonna stick with you guys as long as need be. And as for my reasons, I thought I told you. I'm on a mission of self-discovery.
You said you were out for a forest stroll, taken in the nature.
Oh, I did?
If I had a memory that bad, I'd want to find myself too.
There you go.
Really fishy. Really, really, really fishy.
Just kill him. Just stab him. Be like, hey, buddy, stab. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't mean to sound violent, but the guy is clearly not on the level. Don't worry, though. He'll have a redemption arc. You know why I know that? Because he's in the party. I'm just going to start mashing Azure Blade. Need to level it.
Yeah, we're done.
You know, I think Sonic Doctor is named after the best character in the world. Sonic the Hedgehog! Sorry. Aw, failed. Well, Annie Lee, it's because I secretly have a dinner sense. It's like Spidey sense, but a lot less useful. Hello, Jake Servo. Enjoy the lurking. I mean, you're right, Dakota. Reminds me of a lot of D&D campaigns I could mention.
Man, I was just getting warmed up.
Oh, don't mind me. Do whatever you came to do.
What should we do about him?
You can kill him.
Do you know any tricks that'll convince us you're worth keeping around?
Do I look like some kind of street magician to you?
Yeah.
Hey, you. Come here a second.
What? Me?
Huh? What do you want with Carol?
Ah! Don't just leave me here!
Show him what for, kid.
Why me? Okay, this isn't funny anymore.
Should be any minute now.
Ah!
It exploded from the inside!
What did you do?
You just wait for them to let their guard down, give them a little poke, and then bam!
Jeez, I bet you're great at parties.
I suppose that was good enough.
Really?
Yes.
All right.
Hey, you mean I passed? I can stay?
Are you kidding?
I mean, he does have the portrait for the skits, and we all know that's a requirement.
It'll be much easier to do things to him if we keep him nearby.
What do you mean, things?
Stabbing, poking, slicing,
Hadn't thought about that.
Okay, just got a little chill up my spine.
burning.
Well then, Mr. Raven, after you.
Right.
Also, revealing that he has the ability to basically set time bombs on enemies is not something that would convince me. Suddenly no voice acting for, like, one of the first scenes in the entire game. What? Which is weird, because this is actually a significant character scene. And that's what it's... I think that might actually be the first cutscene in the entire game that wasn't voice acted.
Wow, Carol. When you freak out, you really freak out.
Come on, everyone has a few things they're afraid of, don't they?
Not me.
Now, Genius Mage. It's not nice to lie. Even old Raven's got his own fears.
What are you afraid of, old man?
I'm afraid of pretty girls.
What?
Yeah. Rita, it's better to come clean. That way we can help you out.
Like anyone needs your help. I can take care of myself just fine.
Her type always has some of the worst fears.
Yeah, whatever.
Name one, Takoida. Unless you mean talking to an NPC in town, which isn't a cutscene. Good evening, Squiggle. Bleh. So, what kind of music do I enjoy? Video game music. Oh, you mean besides video game music? There's other kinds of music? Here's another one! What the hell? That's even a significant moment because it reveals just how much he knows about Blastia. More than people should know. Whatever. So what's Dragon Quest Walk, Zillow? Right. Let's go and get our mana up. There's probably going to be a boss here. Yeah, so that reminds me. Yeah, I never even heard of it, Zillow. So I've been tossing around an idea in the back of my head for the last couple of days. Basically, I'm wondering if you guys... What you guys would think of the idea of, for the really long games, me playing it off camera. Not grinding, just playing. Just going through chunks of the game off camera. Now, you might be thinking, why? Well, the idea is obvious. To get through the schedule. Because it wouldn't actually reduce the amount of time spent on the game. In fact, that would actually prevent me from doing other work while I was doing it, since instead of doing all the other work I do off camera, I would be playing through the game. However, the idea would be that it would take less days to get through a particularly long game, like, for example, Pathfinder Kingmaker, which I could have just kept playing off camera and then be like, okay, so here's what you missed, whenever we come back on camera. So...
We're done.
So what do you guys think? Now, Dakoita says no, but he hasn't told me why. But in all sincerity, I do want to know what you guys think, and why. Give me a why.
Sorry, but you're going bye-bye.
And no, I don't mean that as like a cheer. If you're wondering what I'm doing by that, I'm just getting my mana back up. Because I do expect there to be a boss towards the end of this.
The cry of victory!
I do have another related idea, but I thought I'd hear your guys' thoughts on that idea first. I'll also mention this on Discord, so people who aren't watching right now can put in their vote on the matter.
We finished them off.
Okay, Mana's back up. Actually, that Gameplay Plus has been there this whole time. It's just part of an aggregate. That's true, Takoida. Especially since for a premiere run, I generally don't know what I'm playing. I wouldn't know when a significant cutscene's coming up.
We finished them off.
Thank you.
But anyways, that's part of a developing aggregate, Lumplord. It's just occurred to me because we've had several really long premiere runs back-to-back for the last couple of months. Like, I mean, I wouldn't do something like that for example, Hitman. Or, I don't know, Mega Man. Or Mech Warrior. But for a game which I haven't even started the main plot yet, like this one, yet, no, I'm officially in a hurry here. And I still can't go through those things. Great.
Guess we can do this.
I mean, you're right, Juanta. Occasionally we would lose the earlier... blah, 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 blah. In some cases we would actually lose the local recording. So you're right about that, Juanta. Although that hasn't happened in an extremely long time at this point. What if people just vote what game? What do you mean, Jake Servo? I mean, if you mean people vote on which game we play, that's already what happens. You guys vote with your wallets. Ah, that doesn't change anything, though, Silver Cookie. The net time is still taken. To give you a little bit of an idea what I'm talking about, there are 3 upcoming premiere runs, which we're probably not going to play as they come out, because there's just so much other crap I've got on my schedule right now.
guess we can do this.
Let's just pull up my calendar here. So in 2 weeks, Bloodstained comes out. The week after that, Judgment comes out. And then 2 weeks after that, Dragon Quest Builders comes out. And then 2 weeks after that, on the same day, Fire Emblem and Wolfenstein both come out. And then 2 days after that, Age of Wonders comes out. Then we have a bit of a break, like a month and a half before the next major release. Yeah, admittedly, so I actually sat down and calculated it out. I would save about a day per substantially large stream if I did it that way. So... no, of course not, Zalok. I don't care about that game at all. What are you talking about?
Let's get this over with.
I just have to point out how dumb this encounter design is. And not the encounters themselves. This is the FF10 problem, except FF10 didn't... This is the Dragon Quest VII problem, let's call it that. Narrow walkways where there's no maneuvering room, and so I can't dodge the enemies, and the enemies are spawning on the narrow walkway. That's just mean. That's a different song. Yeah, that's not happening. Oops. Because I work 2 jobs, Sour Cookie. Remember, I do more than just stream. Now, if you guys want to accept me quitting YouTube, then you're going to have to basically quadruple the amount of money that you give me in order to make up for the loss of income. Now, it's funny you say that, Zalok. We actually already have a policy established, thanks to Kingdom Hearts 3, of asking people to vote on whether or not certain games should be pushed back. Rather...
Let's work together.
rather than played when they come out. But we only do that for really big releases, and honestly, I don't think Fire Emblem qualifies. I mean, that does take substantially less time, Zalok, but I'm pretty sure I would also lose a huge amount of income if I were to do that. So I've already been here. I don't understand that question, Dakota. I really don't. Like, that. There's always a rush, 100% of the time, because I always have to try and keep up as fast as I can. So I have to make time every little step that I can. It's like a speed run, effectively. I need to always try and be ensuring that I'm going as quickly as I possibly can in order to make sure I get through stuff as quickly as I can, so that the stuff that I can't get through quickly, I have time for. Oh yeah, there's also the fact that I can't really stream next week.
Hey, did any of you just hear a voice?
Why the need to change things right now? For the same reason that things are always needing to be changed. Trying to, make it so that the process is improved. And make it so that things get better. Tinkering, self-improvement, yada yada yada.
I wonder where you're taking me, matey.
Oh, for God's sakes.
I've heard that voice before.
Patty?
What? Is she a friend of yours?
We've got to help her.
Yeah, just leave it to me.
I hate that song.
He hit it. Nice catch.
Yeah? So you're still looking for Ifrit's treasure?
Ifrit?
Aye.
Yeah, right. Treasure in a place like this? Who gave you that load of crap?
The Map-Making Guild. World Cellar tells me all sorts of things.
See, that's not how you're supposed to say that line. That should have been said, the Map-Making Guild, World Cellar, tells me all sorts of things.
After all, those lads travel all around the world.
You taking notes, Bloody?
Is that why you went to Rago's mansion too? But there wasn't anything there, right?
No, but a story that's 100% believable is all the more fishy.
I suppose that's true.
Except that you're 100% fishy.
Hey, no need to be mean now.
Anyway, I've got to get back to my treasure hunting. If you keep wandering around all alone, you'll get attacked by monsters again. That monster didn't attack me. We were playing together.
I don't think the monster saw it that way.
Patty, behind you.
That's pretty rapid fire for a gun like that. But whatever.
I guess that means she'll be fine on her own.
Will you come with me?
I appreciate the offer, but treasure hunting will have to wait until another day.
That's an awful shame. But nonetheless, I must go. Farewell!
When are you just gonna join the party, Patty?
Is she really gonna be okay?
She said she'll be fine. So yeah, why not?
I hope you're right. Still, it's not like worrying's gonna change anything. Come on, let's get going.
It's actually funny you say that, Dakota, because that is an option I've considered. Just being like, alright, we're not gonna do large games on stream anymore. It just takes up too much time per efficiency, I guess. Like, let me put it to you this way. From a pure efficiency perspective, I got more viewers and more income from streaming Anthem than I did Pathfinder Kingmaker on a per-time basis. Now, that's a bad comparison, but it's the only one I know off the top of my head. I'd have to compare, say, Hitman 2 versus Pathfinder, and I don't have the numbers in front of me to do that. But it's the old Walmart equation all over again, which just... I don't even want to think about, if I'm being honest.
Man, I wish we could get out of here already.
Don't get so flustered, boy. We'll get out of here nice and easy, you'll see.
Not everyone leads a carefree life of unicorns and rainbows like you know.
Life is a lot like this forest. Winding paths, intertwining. Ah, this forest is really relaxing.
Come on, let's leave our philosopher behind and get a move on.
Listen to what I've got to say.
So you mean we're lost in the forest of life?
Oh, so you get what I'm saying.
Before we find our way out of the forest of life, we need to find our way out of this one.
I'll lead. I have found direction in this life more times than... Hey, wait! I'm not done yet!
Oh, I'm aware. That's why I don't want to think about it, Dakota. See, for those of you who don't know what I mean by the Walmart equation, let me put it to you this way. Let's say there's an old woman who comes into Walmart every week because she wants blah. And blah is something she really gets a lot of enjoyment out of, and it's something she buys regularly every week. She is also the only person who buys blah. Is it financially sound for Walmart to continue to hold blah just for her, given the extra expense in terms of stocking, ordering, and shipping necessary for one sale to one person once a week? Now, the financial answer to that question is no. That doesn't mean the answer to the question is no, but the financial answer to the question is no. That's the Walmart problem. On a per efficiency basis, streaming something like Pathfinder Kingmaker was a dumb move, just to put it into simple terms, from a purely financial efficiency perspective. I'm not saying that is an incorrect decision, I'm not saying it's the wrong thing to do, I'm not saying I disagree with it, but you can understand why I have to think about these things, because I do have bills to pay. And unlike, say, most of the money people that I tend to rail against, I'm barely living on the edge of acceptability when it comes to finances. I mean, I can pay my bills, And that's about it. So I can't help but notice, to completely shift topics here, that there's these little vein things running through the tree trunks, which is also the same vein things we saw running through the drill back in the Union Town. I have no idea if they're related or not, I'm just pointing it out. I should see what I'm up to with the Azures right now. Surely I've got to be getting close to 500, right?
Yeah, I mean...
Maybe. Maybe. 464. Yep, okay, we're getting there. This is also one of the reasons, to go back to the financial discussion for a second, why it is that the chill runs have been massively deprioritized. In fact, it's also why chill runs were turned into another funding incentive, because it was the only way to justify their continued existence. I mean, I'm already at the point where I basically have no life outside of work, you know. There's only so much I can do. And I've already given up a great deal of projects and ideas that I'd like to do, specifically in order to keep streaming and doing YouTube. It's not a complaint, it's a statement of fact. So in other words, all of this is my way of answering Takoida's question of why change something now. Because I am literally always trying to be more efficient with my time usage. I don't always succeed, because I'm a worthless, terrible human, but that is always the goal. George, what's-his-face, Blue Elf? He's pretty good. I mean, it's jarring to hear him compared to Troy, but he is at least a good voice actor, so that's nice.
Okay, let's go.
See, that wouldn't work, Sour Cookie. We already effectively have that in terms of how we do the funding. That's why we have the interest list. See, forgive me for explaining this yet again, because I know some of you have heard me say this already.
Let's get this over with.
But people think differently when money's involved, right? So, for example, if I just told everyone, alright, vote for what you want me to stream, then people would vote for blah. If I said, okay, you have to actually put money towards something I stream, then people will vote for different things. Now, that's not universally true, and it's not true for every person, but statistically speaking, people will vote differently or think differently when they actually have to pay for...
Your dedication will be rewarded.
...something, as opposed to simply getting it for free. That is a pretty long-standing human constant. That's nothing new, and it certainly is not unique to my show. Who just donated? So, in other words, we already do that, Sour Cookie. Oh my god. Really, Jaludo? Well, thank you very, very much, Jaludo. As ever and as always, I do appreciate your support and your financial help and aid. Thank you. Now, Jaludo just said, I'm going to put this towards you never streaming this game again. So I guess I have to stop streaming this game. Sorry, guys. Jaludo said I have to, and he just put money towards it. So, I mean, that's just logical, right? Thank you, Jaludo.
This is the same phenomenon we saw at Heliord. The air is weaker than it was there, but there's no mistaking it.
That monster looks just like the ones that attacked Dawngrest.
Here it comes.
Boss fight. This is why I've been saving up my mana.
Is the air causing this? Is there any way to quiet the monsters?
We have to get them before they get
Or I could just be stun locked into oblivion. That's always cool.
We'll lose our lives if we aren't careful.
Whoops. Oh, come on. I totally hit that. So what data do you think is missing, Sour Cookie? I mean, not that I'm disagreeing with you. There's always going to be some data missing. As the old saying goes, it's impossible to get 100% accurate marketing data in any circumstance. One of the reasons I'm so in favor of things like Netflix and Amazon is because they can get substantially more accurate data than the old Nielsen ratings. Hello, Myron.
I was so surprised.
You can't relax yet.
The air is still out of control. The trees, the monsters. It's gotta be the air that's causing this.
There's more of them!
Ah, so this is the end, huh? Farewell, all my dear fans the world over.
Shut up, Edgar wannabe.
I'll make sure your gravestone reads, "Here lies the world's biggest sap."
You're supposed to say stuff like, "We can make it through this together."
Oh, hey, it's Lysandaroth.
Who is he?
Duke.
He just walks off.
What is that sword? Let me see. How did you do that back there? You, like, sliced through the air, but that's impossible.
What good would that knowledge do you?
Well, I mean, with something like that, we might be able to stop the Blastia from going berserk. We saw that happen to a Blastia. The air was out of control. We couldn't do anything.
This was only a distortion. It is a natural occurrence.
Distortion?
Thank you so much for helping us.
Do not go near the air, Krene.
Huh?
What do you mean, Air Krene? This place?
Air Krene are the springs from which all air in the world comes.
Springs of air.
Who are you? This isn't the kind of place you just go for a walk. We would have been dead without your help, though. Thanks.
Whatever.
Power. Could it be the Rizomata formula? I can't tell anything from checking things out here. I have to see some others.
Hey, didn't that guy earlier say these were all over the world?
Yeah, he did.
We won't know anything solid until we find them and study them.
So, I guess we're finished looking into things here?
Yeah, let's get back to Dongris to meet with the Dawn.
I know, right, Jake Servo? I was making fun of that the other day. Oh no, he sliced through the air! You know, like anybody could, with any kind of weapon of any sort whatsoever. But he sliced through the air! Anyways. That's valid, Sour Cookie. Usually the things I tend to look for when it comes to whether or not a stream is really successful are how many people are talking during the stream, how much talking is going on during a stream, and how much people seem to, based on the specific things they're saying, how much I perceive that they are enjoying the stream. This is why, for example, I could say pretty definitively that the Anthem stream was a success, because it had very high engagement, a very high viewer count, lots of people talking, and lots of people saying lots of things. Now, that doesn't necessarily make that true, but based on what little information I have to work with, I could say that the Anthem stream was a success. Also, the money, but, you know, whatever. Now, the other thing to mention there, though, is, and this is something that I actually pointed out in my Discord very recently, and Jim Sterling actually did a video about this, I think, last week. Negative stuff will always generate more interest and more views than positive stuff. Period.
Anomalous air conditions result in Blastia going out of control, which in turn leads to monsters turning vicious. If this is related to the distortion he was talking about, then it might not be only this forest that's affected.
You sure mumble to yourself a lot, don't you?
What? Another monster attack?
Carol, keep your head down.
It's them.
Dawn!
You all do something?
Do something? What do you mean?
Those savage monsters turned docile as pups and ran off. What did you do?
Yuri, it must be because we stopped the flow of the air.
You did?
The monsters turned tame because we stopped the runaway air!
You did?
Runaway air?
I mean, I know you said the guy cut the air, but...
Hey, old man, do you know something?
Well, my old friend Bellius used to say something about it.
So it's true that Dawn and Bellius are friends.
Who is Bellius?
The Duce who rules the Colosseum of Nordopolica.
Nordopolica.
And what's with that runaway air?
It was really amazing. More and more really strong monsters kept on coming, but we...
Boy, those are the sorts of things you keep to yourself.
What?
You don't do deeds like that so other people will notice. You do them so that you can protect your town and your friends.
I'm sorry.
Excuse me, could I see him for a moment?
What?
Heal, heal, heal.
Oh. You can use healing arts. Thank you.
Ain't that Raven over there? Quit hiding, you! Our man ain't giving you trouble, is he?
What do you mean, trouble? The reason the monsters got tame was our doing. Mine especially.
Huh? Raven's a member of Altosk?
Somehow that seems to be the case.
Ouch, Gramps. Cut that out.
Shut up, you!
Don Whitehorse.
What is it?
I know we've only just met, but I have something I need to talk to you about.
Quite the strapping young lad, aren't you? What's your name?
I'm Yuri. Yuri Lowell.
Yuri, eh? So you must be the leader here.
Excuse me, Gramps. Anybody home?
There ain't been too many lively youngsters around here lately. So I've grown bored. I'll listen to you. But in exchange, you gotta indulge me for a bit.
Jeez, what a time for that old geezer's bad habit.
What are you talking about?
Whenever he finds someone who shows a little backbone, he just has to test them.
Test? Test what?
Their strength, of course.
Exactly. Now, come and indulge an old man in his innocent hobby.
No. You can count me out.
Hey, he just took off.
Okay, another line voiced incorrectly. Hey! He just took off! As opposed to the way she said it.
All right. An opportunity to face the head of a guild isn't the kind of thing that comes along every day.
That's the spirit. Show me what you got.
So anyways, God, I was in the middle of saying something and then the cutscene happened. Oh yeah, the combat. Someone was commenting on they don't really get the combat. I'm starting to see a little bit of the appeal of the combat. Just a little bit. I still think there are ways it could be improved. In fact, I can think of 3 or 4 ways off the top of my head. Like being able to... Oh my god! Like being able to interrupt your own actions, for example. I hope that's not a game over. Nope, we're okay.
I'm just getting started.
But, for example, the fact that we can break an enemy in one of 3 different ways, using different styles of attacks, to get, you know, effectively a break attack in, is actually a pretty cool mechanic. Not quite like what Sekiro does, but still leaning in that direction.
Well, that's enough. After all, if we keep this up, this is gonna turn into a real battle. That was the most fun I've had in a long time. All right, I'll hear you out now.
Yeah, I know, Lumplord. And, I actually read a guide specifically helping me how to do that, because for those of you not aware, they actually added that in the PS3 re-release of this game. In the original version of the game, there was simply no interrupting your actions. You were just stuck with the recovery time. But in the PS3 version, they added the self-interrupt to be like if you do run, forward, and block at the same time. That has never worked for me. I've heard people say that it's still in this version. I'm not sure if I believe that, because like I said, it has literally never worked. So, whatever.
Done. Sorry to interrupt.
I see. All right, you dogs. Time to head out. Sorry about this, but something's come up. We gotta return to Dungrest. If you come by the Union, you'll have my ear first chance I get. Hope that's okay.
If I have your word, that's fine by me.
You're not nervous at all to talk to me. You all would make a good addition to our guild.
That could be Chocolate Rob.
I was giving him everything I got in that fight, though.
I mean, if you didn't catch it, the way this game is working is mechanics are being unlocked over time. This isn't Soten, this is Ni no Kuni. I suppose I should explain that really quick. In Symphony of the Night, at the very beginning of the game, you can do everything that you know how to do. All of the combo moves and whatever, as long as you have the mana to cast them, you can cast from the very beginning of the game, not when you learn the actual combo move. However, in something like Ni no Kuni, even if you know what you're doing and you know how to do it, you can't do it. The actual core mechanic isn't unlocked until you actually get to the point where you're tutorialized about it, which is what this game has been doing. Like, the whole finish move things didn't even start showing up until we got the tutorial for it.
A guild, huh?
We're gonna make one, right?
We'll see.
So, what do you think? Y'all finally get a taste of how awesome I am?
I sure didn't notice you being too awesome out there.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just watched Godzilla last night, and the symbol on his back is really close to the symbol for Monarch. And so I just keep seeing that, like...
Always so quick to criticize.
All right, I'd like to go back to Dongress to meet with the Dawn and keep looking for Barbos.
Rita, once Yuri's done with his business, we should go back to report. Rita?
Oh, what was that?
Once Yuri's done, we should go back to report to Alexei. Is something the matter?
No, it's nothing. Come on, let's go back.
Just who was that strange person with the sword anyway?
Do you think he came to Cave Mock all by himself? There are so many monsters around.
Judging by the way he was standing, he's pretty confident in his own abilities. He seemed calm or even, like, meditative. Well, whatever. He was a strange guy.
Yeah, I have no idea what was up with him at all.
I have a feeling our earlier encounter with him was optional. As in, not something that was supposed to happen in the plot, just something that could have happened. You know, where he was talking about how humans are imperfect, that whole thing. The reason we keep calling him Lysanderoth. Anyways, the new movie was fun, but ultimately kind of disappointing. The script was terrible. Just laughably bad. Oh my god. And, hang on, do I have some? There it is. Just, like, wow! I'm a little surprised they got away with some of the stuff in the story that they did. But the actual directing was surprisingly excellent. The fights were good. And it was almost entirely ruined by the trailers. Giving me even more reason. So, actually, I plan to talk about that next lore week when we actually discuss it. No, Adam. He's the guy who's been showing up every now and again. But to summarize in brief, there's a reason why I have the no mentioning rule, not the no spoilers rule. Because you can still spoil a movie by mentioning things, like the trailer did, because the trailer really did spoil several scenes for me. So if you want to go watch the movie, don't watch the trailers if you have the opportunity. Godzilla King of Monsters, Myron. I do like that they're hitting the continuity button pretty hard with the new Godzilla movie, though. It is a direct sequel to both Skull Island and the previous Godzilla movie. Oh my gosh, it's the cooking guy again. What do you got for me this time? Minestrone soup. Ooh.
Don Whitehorse. I can see how a man like that could rise to the top of the Union. He's pretty impressive.
I'm just relieved he's the sort of person who's willing to listen. I didn't think he'd give us a chance, considering that he's never met us before.
That's what makes the Don so great! I told you, right? Man, he's so cool!
Do you run his fan club or something?
Aw, that was a perfect chance for a line like, "What? No, that's Susie down the street." Yeah, I'm not gonna mention any of them because no mentioning.
Back, have you?
But yeah, there were several references there that I liked.
Yuri.
What? You two know each other?
Yes, we're old friends.
You don't say.
I see you know Yuri as well.
We crossed paths during the assault on the city. Now then, what business did you have?
We came to ask you about a man named Barbos of the Blood Alliance. It looks like he's the one behind the recent string of stolen Blastia cores.
I see. So Barbos is tied up in your problem as well.
You have a problem with him too?
We have come to ask that the Union relinquish all ties with the Blood Alliance. Other guilds have begun to follow Barbos' example, abusing Blastia in other areas and disrupting the order of society. If we can count on your assistance, I feel that together we should move to put an end to the Blood Alliance.
Barbos? He's been testing the limits of my patience lately. Looks like it's time to remind that brute how a proper guild behaves.
To your own remedies, Ixion.
A clash between the guilds and the Empire was avoided the other day, largely due to your intervention. However, if Barbos is left unattended, the relations between our two states may yet again be torn apart.
And that's not going to be fun for anybody.
The time for stopping Barbos is now.
Since we'll be cooperating with you, I assume we'll be on equal standing with the Empire in this.
Yes, sir.
If that's the case, a united front with the Empire might not be such a bad idea.
Then...
Yeah. We'll deal with this together.
I like the voice actor they've got for the Don, by the way.
Hey, send the message to Bellius. Tell Bellius that Nordopolica's gonna help us.
Man, this is serious.
I have brought a letter from His Highness, Yoder.
A secret note from the Imperial candidate, huh? Read it aloud.
If Don Whitehorse is taken out of the picture, we are willing to overlook the Union's responsibility in the Barbos affair.
What?
Don't make me laugh.
What? What is this?
Looks like you and the young master see things a bit differently.
There must be some mistake. Master Yoder would never say such a thing.
So yeah, sounds too good to be true.
Show our guest here to his own private suite.
Don Whitehorse, please listen to me. This is some sort of trap.
Flynn! Why would you...
Hang on. If we screw up, it'll only make things worse for Flynn.
All-out war with the Empire. We'll take everything we've got and march on the Imperial capital. Try and make a fool out of me, and I'll tear these little messengers limb from limb.
This is bad! And it looks like he's forgotten all about talking with us.
I don't think that Don's in much of a talking mood right now.
I have to return to the Empire and find out what's really going on.
Isn't it obvious? Someone swapped the letter, duh. In fact, we could probably even guess whom, considering we know who's backing Yoder's side. Although it could also be the side that's backing her side, in order to try and showcase it could be the Council is backing this move in order to try and showcase that Yoder is an insufficient leader, and therefore trying to push her into charge. It could also just be the Knights pushing it, or it could be someone else pushing it. I mean, there's like 3 or 4 different groups here that could be doing this. I would put a 0% probability that Yoder's the one who actually wrote that letter. But nobody seems to care about that, and, like Dakota, I think that response was a little bit too quick. I mean, don't mistake me. I tend to get irritated when fiction just has when there's a fictional organization that has an act of war done against them, and they're just like, yeah, whatever. But there's also something like, you know, fiction. Oh, you've insulted me, to war. You can go too far the other way, right?
I said hang on. We should sit still for now and see what happens.
I suppose you're right.
Stuff like this is actually why Imperial seals used to be a big deal. And were regularly stolen, abused, or reproduced, you know, with duplicates, basically.
I cannot believe that Yoder would give a letter like that to Flynn. There must be some mistake.
We've met His Highness too, and he certainly didn't seem like that kind of person.
But you heard the letter! It said to take Don Whitehorse out of the picture!
So maybe it was sent by someone who wants to throw a wrench into what Yoder and Flynn are doing.
But that's nothing more than a hunch right now.
Yeah, you're right. The only thing we know for sure right now is that Flynn is in trouble.
I'm sorry, that just kind of irritated me right there. Like, I don't know if you saw me visibly cringe there. How many times in modern society have we seen someone say, hey, this person did such and such? And immediately people are like, oh my god, they did such and such. How terrible. No proof. Nothing. Just a rumor or an accusation. I mean, all accusations have to be true, right? Yeah, I do like Yuri's take on that. All we know right now is that Flynn's in trouble. Let's focus on what we know. Really, Adam? That's ridiculous. I would never brutally murder Arch and then take his place as ruler of the law. Sorry.
Huh, that's strange.
What's the matter, Yuri?
It looks like I dropped my wallet somewhere.
At a time like this?
Maybe it fell out of my pocket at the Don's place. I'm gonna go look. You wait here.
Okay. Don't take too long.
Alrighty, now to go see how Flynn's holding up.
I was gonna say, really? That's your excuse? To go rescue Flynn? Although I do like that he's doing it by himself. That's actually a nice touch. Now, Chocolate Rob says, what does it matter which candidate they back? And that's actually a valid question. See you around, Silver Cookie. After all, as Chocolate Rob points out, it doesn't matter who's actually... who's in charge, because either side is going to be manipulated by one of the factions in charge. But that's really the point, Chocolate Rob. This isn't about Esteliz versus Yoder at all. It could be about a bag of paper and a rock, for all anyone else cares. This is a fight between the Council and the Knights. And that's it. You know what I mean? Hell, it could literally be the same person that both people are backing, and again, it still doesn't really matter.
Yuri.
Thought I was being quiet, but I guess you heard me.
So, you've come to have a laugh at me in this sorry state?
What the hell, dude? I'm here to help you, you jackass. At least I hope I am.
Yeah, I wanted to see what kind of expression being locked up put on your face.
It doesn't hurt to be forced to view things from behind bars every now and then.
I actually agree with that. I think that if judges and prosecutors and whatnot spent a month in jail every now and again, might give them a little perspective.
What the hell you think you were doing, coming here with a letter like that?
That was the Red Eyes doing. They attacked after you left.
You don't screw up like that. Was it one of your people?
Even if it was, the responsibility is mine.
I see. If the Red Eyes are involved, then Rago's gotta be behind it all.
But how do you know?
At the harbor, we saw Rigaud giving orders to one of their assassins.
I hadn't heard about that.
Do you know what they're trying to do?
Most likely they want to force a clash between the guilds and the knights.
Duh.
That'd be bad. You think another one of those false letters went to the knights?
Yes, to put them in a fighting mood.
If you know that much, then get out there and get the real letters back.
I was wondering how long it'd take you to get rid of that damn lock. You've got to stay here.
What? And be your scapegoat?
See you around, Chocolate Rob.
You're just itching to get rid of me, aren't you?
Yuri, if I don't make it back, you'll have to die in my place.
Yeah.
Taking your friend's place in a jail cell? You lost your mind, son?
This coming from an old man who gets rid of his own guards on purpose.
I had a special favor to ask that rookie knight.
I was actually wondering what the hell was going on here.
You mean Flynn?
The rats that plan these sort of stunts usually like to enjoy their handiwork from somewhere nearby.
If you knew the letter was fake, why'd you fire everyone up like that?
If I didn't make a good show of things, whoever's behind all this wouldn't bother to come watch.
Oh my god, he has a brain! I think this might be the second character we've met that has a brain.
Besides, we've got a lot of hotheads around here who'd never let me hear the end of it if I didn't raise hell. So that's where it stands. Of course, if our friend the knight doesn't show up again, your life is mine.
I know. Tell me one thing, though. What made you want to start a guild in the first place?
I realized I couldn't protect the things that were important to me playing by the Empire's rules.
There have to be some things that were easier to protect when you were on the other side, though. Even in the lower quarter where I'm from, we still had the barrier to protect us.
Sure. But were you happy with just putting up with all the things you didn't like?
Well,
So if the rules the Empire sets don't suit you, you got two choices. You can do like your friend is, and put everything you've got into change in the system. Or, you can turn your back on the Empire and live by the rules you set for yourself.
That's pretty clear-cut.
Yep. I think you're gonna have to take responsibility for letting my prisoner go.
You want me to do something besides rotting in this cell?
The sap who's been putting together this little show's gotta be somewhere in this city. Oh, I've been planning on asking your armor-wearing friend to hunt him down for me, but...
So what? You want me to find them?
Your job is to pay this debt back to me. How you go about it is up to you. That young lady you brought with you is running all over the place helping with the injured folks. You're not the type to be the only one sitting around twiddling its thumbs, right?
Estelle. Huh. That sounds like her.
Yeah, colored me legitimately surprised. And I'm starting to like the Don more and more the more I see of him. And I already liked him. So he's gonna die. It's funny because in several of my favorite Tales of games, there's been, that kind of intelligent writing. Abyss is probably my favorite example of that. So, if I'm being honest, it's been kind of weird how straight and non-intelligent the writing has been so far in this game. And I don't mean that as an insult, it's just... I don't know. The writing's been pretty basic for the most part. Actually, the Don just made me an offer I could refuse.
The Don is passing through.
Is he really planning on going to war just to lure those rats out of hiding?
We'll teach those Imperial bastards to look down on us!
Oh, Yuri!
Have you finished healing the injured yet?
How did you know that?
I have eyes and ears everywhere. Really? Doesn't that get really distracting? No, I don't mean literally, Estelle. I think I agree. We're going to go ahead and jot in a potential positive for Don. Yes, it does, Disco. That's just not my cup of tea, is basically the same thing as me saying that something is coffee, although with a slight variance in definition. Saying something is not your cup of tea here in the States means it's something I don't like, whereas saying something is coffee is saying, acknowledging that something is good, and then adding the proviso that you don't like it. Very similar concepts, though. So I agree, we're going to jot down a potential positive for that, because the Dawn is awesome, and one of the first characters who's been legitimately very well written. Him and Estelle. You'll notice the other story positive there is for Estelle.
The Dawn told me. This is from him, his way of saying thanks.
But Yuri, things have gotten really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed.
No, that's not what I mean.
What else?
I saw them.
You saw who?
The Blood Alliance. Barbos wasn't with them, but...
Rita and Repeat are shadowing them right now.
Just what the Dawn wanted.
Let's catch up with Rita.
Yeah.
Where were you talking with the Dawn, Yuri? You were gone for a long time.
We had a nice little chat through some thick iron bars.
Yuri, did you get Flynn out of prison by trading places with him?
No, it's nothing like that. Flynn would have been released even if I hadn't gotten involved.
What do you mean?
The Dawn planned all along to capture Flynn and use him to find out who's behind this whole mess.
So both the Dawn and Flynn know that there's someone else manipulating things?
Yeah. Why do I keep letting myself get caught up in this stuff? Now the Dawn's making me do his dirty work. What a pain.
So... that's a good example of bad writing right there. I hate to point that out, but I point this out because I've noticed a lot of writers have that problem. They feel like because something hasn't been explained to a character yet, they need to explain it to a character on screen. And you don't.
Rita...
You could, now, I know that was a skit, and the skit was optional, but that scene was still completely unnecessary. All he was doing was repeating what we already know and already saw in a scene that wasn't skippable. But, I mean, you know what I mean. It wasn't optional. Obviously, it was skippable. Don't do that. It's just general writing advice. Don't do that. There's no reason to repeat information like that unless you're doing something new with it or giving a new perspective on it. And that did neither.
Yes!
Let's go inside.
But if Barbos is in there...
Then we can't just sit around and watch either, huh?
That's also true. What Takoida said is also a nice technique. If it's really important to make sure that you show on camera that she has been in on the loop, you could instead start the conversation at the end of the presumed conversation. In other words, oh, so that's why... just start the skit with, so that's why it took you so long to get out of there. Just something like that, and then continue forward with whatever you're actually trying to show.
What should we do?
Let me give you a tip.
Raven.
Oh, it's you again.
Hey, is it okay you being here?
No, it ain't okay. But the Don asked me to make sure you youngsters don't screw things up. Why don't you guys come with me to a tavern and hear what I got to say?
We don't have the time to...
Oh, come on. You sound like you think I'm gonna trick you.
Well, you have tricked us before.
I can handle getting tricked a couple times, but there are limits to my patience, old man.
What's with the grim face? I get it. All right.
Now, that's a valid point, Disco, and it is. And some really well-designed games have built-in mechanics to basically bypass that problem. The Paper Mario series, the Mario and Luigi series, the Mario RPGs, are a fantastic example of that. When you pick up the game, as you're loading, it says, here's what happened most recently. And it says that over the loading screen, over like the save file. The last time we met our adventurers, they had just gone to the such and such village and had just been fighting this and blah, 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 blah. So it's there, so you actually get the backstory there. Some games have like a journal. Some games have Chai Guy. And every now and again, Chai Guy will just pop in. He just kind of appears out of nowhere. It's really weird. And there's usually like a spray of tea for some reason. And they're like, hey, let me explain what just happened. And then Turok's one shows up, and he's like, no, that's not what just happened. And then Chai Guy and Turok's one fight to the death. It's very strange, but it's quite a spectacle. You should see it. Thank you very, very much, Chai Guy. And thank you very, very much, Terwax1. As ever and as always, much appreciation to both of you for your support and for your subs. Thank you very, very much. Now, we know what Chai Guy wants to put his towards. But Terwax1 has not told me what he wants his subscription to go towards. So if you have an idea of what you want to put that towards to show interest in a particular run, or if you want to just put that towards everything, just let me know.
Come now, kids. Show me those pearly whites. All right, this way.
I've been wondering something about Raven for a while. Either his dialogue is translated wrong, or he's supposed to be talking as if his dialogue doesn't fit. Like, what he's saying sounds like someone who doesn't natively speak English trying to speak English. His dialogue is just wrong. It's been that way the whole game, too. This is nothing new. In fact, if I was to be unkind, I would say it feels like dialogue that's been written by George Lucas. So noted, Terwax1. Thank you again. And I know that sounds like an insult, and I guess it kind of is, but I'm sorry, dialogue writing... George Lucas has no idea how to write dialogue. At all. And I know everyone makes fun of episode 2, but seriously, pay attention sometime. If you ever feel like really analyzing bad dialogue, pay attention to the specific lines, not the presentation, not the acting, but the lines of dialogue in episode 1, Phantom Menace. It's terrible. Like, across the board, terrible. That's not how human beings talk.
How many guilds are there in this city?
I don't know the exact number, but I think there are more than 100.
Whoa, that many? Are all of them in the Union?
Nah, not all of them, but I'd guess around 90% of them are Union members.
Wow, and the Dawn's at the top of them all. That guy's amazing.
That's why he's the Dawn!
What are you so proud about? The Dawn's the amazing one, not you.
Yes, Gum Gum. Farscape. Although, that one's kind of a mixed bag, but I'm going to say Farscape to that. Whoop. Correct, Platty. There's a really old adage that I like to adhere to when it comes to writing dialogue. After you've written it, say it out loud. I know that sounds like dumb, but when you read something in your head, you literally read it differently than if you say it out loud. And saying it out loud helps to smooth out problems in dialogue, in my opinion. You got this, Terwax1. Good fortune.
What is this place?
Just a place the Don has for drinking with important guests and having secret conversations.
Are you telling us just to stay here and drink?
If your friend comes back with the real letter, things could be settled peacefully.
Sorry, but I can't let Flynn hog all the glory.
We need to find the criminal behind all of this trouble. If that happens to be Barbos.
Easy now. Haste makes waste.
What's this?
There are sewer tunnels that sprawl in a labyrinth beneath this town. Long ago, when the town was occupied by the Empire, the guilds used these tunnels to fight back.
Wait! Don't tell me this place is connected to those sewer tunnels!
That's exactly what it is. And our plan is to use them to sneak right up behind those guys.
Quickly sneak in and catch them, huh? It's a bit of a detour, but it's the best chance we got.
That's the idea. Aren't you glad you trusted me?
I won't know that until it's all over.
So, you still don't trust me, huh?
No.
Naturally, you'll be coming with us too, right, old man?
Aw, crap! And I was totally planning on skipping town.
I'm saying we want to share the glory with you, old man. Come on, let's go.
So anyways... Now, one of the funny things is if you analyzed dialogue and script reading...
It's pitch black.
I'd rather not get lost in here and never see the light of day again.
Yo, Genius Mage Girl, can you use some fire magic and light up this place?
Are you trying to use me as your personal lamp? You've got some nerve, old man.
Rita, isn't there something you can do?
Nope. Fire magic is only used for combat. For us to have continuous illumination, air would need to be constantly supplied. Like Lux Blastia.
Huh. Really?
You weren't counting on that, were you, old man?
Is this a Blastia? It's seriously damaged, but I think we can use it.
Whoa! Isn't that thing gonna explode? Are we okay?
Of course it's not gonna explode. This is a type of Lux Blastia. It uses that device to charge air.
I knew you could do it, Rita.
But it's on its last leg, so I don't think it'll last too long.
Let's get moving while we've still got light.
Do we have a timer? Anyways, if you've analyzed fiction for as long as I have, and I'm sure most of you have noticed this as well, you start to notice that some writers, especially Hollywood writers, use tricks to disguise bad writing. Which is just weird to think about, isn't it? Like, you spend all the time and effort to actually develop a technique to avoid writing properly. One of those techniques, and I mention this because we've seen this in this game, is someone will say, I wonder if it works like such and such. And then someone else will say, of course, if it works like such and such, therefore, this new supposition. And sometimes I can keep going. But usually there's at least one step in the supposition chain, where someone presumes something, there's a logic leap, and then based on this earlier presumption, they naturally state that it's true, and then make another presumption, which is also treated as true. We've been having a lot of that in this game. But the trick here, specifically, is the first time it's said, it's almost always speculation. But the second time and third time and so forth it's brought up, it's treated as if it is fact. Like, just straight fact. In order to try and trick the audience into thinking, oh, well, obviously it's true, because everyone else is treating it as if it's true now. It's a really common technique in movies. Like the recent Godzilla movie.
What's up, Pupper? You need something?
It's dark, so you'll get lost if you stray too far.
Thanks for worrying about me, lass, but I'll be fine.
It's so dank in here. I hope we don't have to stay too long.
It may be dank, but at least the bustle is gone. I prefer the quiet of these tunnels.
Right. I'll never be able to keep up with your sensitivities.
Oh, Repeat. Do you know where Raven went?
Hey, Poochie! Where'd you... Ugh! Ow! Ah!
There goes the quiet you were talking about.
Yes, well, I've become accustomed to it.
Stop jabbering about customs and help an old man out!
I have no idea what's up with Raven's voice actor either. It sounds off for the character. By the way, you'll notice that this is another dungeon with narrow corridors.
Monsters!
They won't attack us, will they?
We shouldn't have anything to worry about.
The light.
We need to charge up some air before it goes out.
What the?
Oh, man. All right.
You know, it's funny you say that, Aqualitas, since I've heard Japanese voice actors and actors, and they are extremely emotive. Like, so much so that it actually kind of bugs me, if I'm being honest. But at the same time, I have to acknowledge it's probably one of the reasons why several of my friends prefer Japanese voice acting to English voice acting.
That was scary. I never expected monsters to wait for us to drop our guard before an attack.
There's no way any monster's that smart.
Perhaps they're weak against light or something?
There are monsters like that?
There are indeed. Creatures that live in dark places such as caverns in the ocean floor sometimes have an aversion for light and work hard to avoid it.
Oh, right. So that's why they didn't attack when it was bright.
And why they stay down here and don't attack the city.
Oh, there's another one of those machines.
Hello, Dream Whisperer. Bob Ross, that's the painter, right? Just make sure I'm thinking of the right person.
Oh, how interesting.
So we just need to be careful to recharge the lamp before it runs out of juice.
then yes. Back when I actually was taking a fairly large amount of art classes for 4 years, I actually used to watch Bob Ross stuff to get ideas. Yeah, I've noticed that's a really bad problem with this one, Takoida. I feel like this falls into... I don't think we ever came up with a phrase for it, did I? Did we? The Xenosaga thing, where instead of using animations or, you know, little emotes to convey dialogue and emotion, they just use dialogue. Lots and lots and lots of dialogue. No!
Let's get this over with.
Okay, what are we up to? I should check. Oh, we're over 500, so we could finally stop using Azure Edge. What else we got here? So... what's that one? That's up. Yeah, that's... I mean, I noticed that a lot in several scenes in Xenosaga, but you're right, it's a fairly common thing from basically the late PS2 and PS3 era, I'd say, is when that really became a problem. When they didn't quite have the animation detail necessary to do the same animations they did back in the SNES and PS1 eras. Oh, I can stop doing that, right? And so they just used way too much dialogue to convey information. Too talky, as I like to say.
It'll be 100 years before you...
I suppose that is the phrase that describes it. Too talky. Dot, dot, dot.
There's something carved here. Words? What is this?
Long ago, our ancestors abandoned their nations for forgetting their duty to protect their people, and thus became the true defenders of freedom. That is how the guilds first began. But now, the iron shackles of oppression threaten to strangle us once again. It is because we have forgotten the oath of our ancestors and spent our time fighting one another for our own self-interests. Therefore, we must once again return to the basic principles behind the guilds and join our strengths together as one. We offer our swords for freedom, our shields for friendship, and our lives for the common good. Here we renew our ancient oath.
Hey! Isn't that the Union Oath?
What is that?
It's like a slogan that the Don came up with when he formed the Union.
We can't depend on the Empire, so we have to protect each other. In order to do that, we need to join forces and put our lives on the line for one another.
This is a perfect example of what we were literally just talking about. First, they have to read the entire oath. Then they have to spend an additional 3 lines of dialogue explaining the exact same thing that they just read.
But what's the Oath doing in a place like this?
The Union is based on the guilds that resisted when this town was occupied by the Empire. Before that, guilds just did whatever they wanted, and only joined together when there was a problem. Once things were resolved, they'd split up again. But with the Empire's occupation, they changed that.
So the guy who led those guild forces was Don Whitehorse?
Yep. These sewer tunnels must have really come in handy back then.
So that's when they made the Oath here?
Seems that way. I'd heard there was an actual written oath, but I had no idea it'd be etched in a wall like this.
There's something beautiful about how the oath is written on a wall. It says, "I freed" right here.
Oh yeah, that infamous king of the pirates.
The way Don tells it, he was supposedly a sworn ally, but he was such a shrewd and cunning individual that even the Don had difficulty dealing with him.
The Don's a pretty impressive guy to be able to call someone like that a sworn ally.
Our lives for the common good, huh?
I'm glad I got to see something so fascinating. But we take care of Barbos now. Let's go.
Hi, Hector. Whoop. Oh, now we gotta talk about the Union Oath again.
Our swords for freedom, huh?
The Union Oath, right?
Fighting for personal freedom instead of draconian imperial law sounds good to me.
If you feel that way, maybe the guilds are right for you, Yuri.
Huh? Yeah, I wasn't cut out to be a knight.
Huh? You agree, Repeat?
The guilds, huh?
But yeah, that's what I mean when I say too talky. You use too much dialogue to say too little information, and thus it becomes... And in addition to that, as a related problem, it does too much telling and not enough showing. That's what I mean when I say too talky. Yeah, the knights here are literally just the military. This is a new dungeon, Alex, so... Enough said, I suppose.
I'm not used to this team. Out my way. All right.
We can't lose!
From behind? Oh man, I'm not used to this team. I gotta try and keep up.
What, the transition animation, Dakota?
Hey, that was a nice break from things. Thanks.
You're welcome, I guess? Look, Tyron. I'm trying to avoid combat, okay? Not just for testing reasons, but for, you know, time reasons. It doesn't help that each one of those that happens is not only a surprise attack, like this, but it comes just, like, there's no way to dodge it. It just happens, and it's like, well, okay, I guess I'm into combat now. At that point, it might as well be random encounters. Now, let's get our mana back, because there's probably going to be a boss at the end of this.
Hey, that was a nice break.
I do gotta say, the more I hear him, the more Raven's voice actor just really doesn't work for me. He doesn't seem to fit the character at all.
They got us from behind.
We can still overcome this.
Good morning, Venters. Sorry, I'm trying to interrupt my animation again, and it's still not working, so whatever. That is extremely weird, Venters. I'm afraid we're gonna have to kill you now. Guys, we have to kill Venters. He is a heretic. Sorry, Venters. It's nothing personal. It's just you decided to be insane and crazy and evil.
I'm not used to this team.
I knew that at one point, Gum Gum, but I don't remember it right now. Of course I'll get you back up. I don't want you to stay dead. That's terrible. I'm still debating the Gordian knot question. Because, to be perfectly honest, most games don't allow you to Gordian knot your way through the things that are in the way, you know? Can I ask someone for a favor, by the way? Could someone look up Cerberus Strike and see how many uses I need to do before it's finished to be leveling up? God, that was a terribly constructed sentence. Before it is done leveling up. There we go.
We finished them off.
Yeah, I need to know how many uses I need to do it before it's finished. Like with Azure Strike, it was 500.
Where are we?
A tavern in the eastern part of town used by Barbos as a hideout. Basically, it's the place you guys were trying to sneak into.
Then Barbos is somewhere around here?
Looks like there's a second floor. Let's see what's up there.
Okay, hang on. Lump Lord's making me look it up myself. I knew it, Lump Lord. I knew you were evil. There we go. Yeah, I like the camera pan. There's stairs. You should go up those stairs. You know what? This is taking too long. Yeah. I'll just keep using it. I'm sure it's going to be like 500 as well, so it's going to take a while to get there. War is upon us. Infinite war. Because all of a sudden this is Warhammer.
Barbos, what is the meaning of this?
I haven't the slightest idea what you're talking about.
The tower and the Blastia, of course. I have yet to receive any reports about them.
Why should I have to report to you about something like that?
What? Building that lousy tower fortress of yours without speaking a word of it to your own employer? You even went so far as to use Leviathan's claw for help!
I'm not your lapdog, Rigaud. I just gathered the cores together, like you requested. It's thanks to my efforts that you were able to make that weather-controlling Blastia.
And just what made you think it was okay to carry off the extra cores?
Our mutual non-interference was a condition of our agreement, was it not?
What?
And did I ever interfere with what you were doing?
Barbos, how dare you!
You will leave now, Magistrate.
Remember this, Barbos. Black-hearted filth like you always get what they deserve in the end.
Really?
You want to talk, Rigaud?
You guys!
It's the World Series of Villains, and you had to take the best seat in the house?
What fool would dare to heckle my exquisite performance? Oh, if it isn't the little runts I met on the ship.
You're the one who's been causing all of the recent chaos.
And what of it? You fools will never manage to capture me.
Oh yeah? What's your reasoning there?
I've got 2 guys behind me. I'm invincible.
A villain is someone who never considers losing a possibility. That's why he thinks the way he does.
If so, then that makes you quite a villain, Yuri.
Foreshadowing.
Nefarious.
So we're rebelling, huh? You're a real troublemaker, you know that?
You've got a big mouth, brat.
Oh, hang on. 2 more guys.
You would dare to oppose me? I thought I told you before that next time you wouldn't get off so easy.
All the better for us to tear things up.
Take them down!
Okay.
Ha ha! The fools have started to march! Now that meddlesome Don and the Knights will destroy each other!
He did this to destroy the Union and to eliminate the Dawn!
And the Knights.
If the Knights are destroyed, who will protect the Empire? Rago, why would you...
Of course. He's gonna weaken the Imperial Knights so that the Council can step in and control the Empire.
And he's gonna use the Blood Alliance to seize Altosk and rule over the Union.
Oh my!
The Knights and the Union going down together. It's just as Flynn said.
So what if you know now? No matter what you do, you won't be able to stop the battle!
I mean, that's a valid point.
Huh, we'll see.
And your existence comes to an end here!
Yeah, can we fight already?
Damn it, he's too late.
Flynn!
Stop! All of you! Sheath your blades! Sheath them!
What's your rank again?
I am Flynn Shifo of the Imperial Knights. I have come bearing a letter from Master Yoder. The letter you received from the Empire was false. It was the work of a rebel. Draw back your armies at once!
I thought you weren't coming back.
See, that's why I'm questioning it, Lumplord. I mean, imagine if a lieutenant walks up in front of an Empire and is like, wait, hold back! What rank are you?
And leave Yuri behind to take the fall for me? I wouldn't dream of it.
He did say Yoder. I-O-D-E-R, Yoder.
Oh, you fool! You didn't keep up your end of the bargain.
Don't hurt me!
Oh, for Christ's sakes.
Damn!
Yuri! They're aiming at Flynn!
Got him!
Nice shot, Carol!
You brats think you can stop me?
Get out of here! Head for the exit!
Yuri, no! It's too dangerous!
It should take time for the air to recharge. I'll try and stop him before then.
Now!
You're too late!
No! It charged up too quickly!
What the hell?
What in the world is that?
Don't make me give you a second negative game.
Oh, so you're back for more, Dragon Freak?
Rita, knock it off! Our enemy's over there!
My enemy is this Dragon Freak.
Leave it alone for now!
I'm gonna make you wish you hadn't done that!
He literally has a chainsword.
What? He can fly?
God, this is painful.
Oh, so the boss is heading for the hills, huh?
Oh! Get back here, you freak! Think I'm just gonna let you get away?
If you're going after him, let me come with you. We're a little short on wings around here.
Are you crazy? This jerk's our enemy!
No matter what happens, I've got to catch that guy. Come on!
It's a nice sword, but it lets him fly. Of all the things I would consider a chainsword doing...
Yes! Thanks.
Wait, what about us?
This guy's overloaded enough as it is.
But what should we...
You guys hold down the fort here.
What?
Stay out of trouble.
Damn it, Yuri!
And let Flynn know I'm stepping out for a while.
Yeah, I think Takoida's right. I think it's just all the action scenes are the ones that are terrible. Because a decent amount of the other scenes are fine. You know, the scenes where they're just talking or discussing, whatever. There's a little bit too much talky going on, but the directing is fine. But the action scenes are just... awful. Just disjointed, chaotic messes. Whoa, anime. What the hell is that? There's just suddenly a tornado. For some reason. So wait, you're telling me Sora could have flown if he'd had the chain sword? Man, Kingdom Hearts could have been so much more awesome. Okay. Where are we? And why are we here? And I know what you're thinking. Well, this is the weather control Blastia.
So that cyclone was his doing.
Wasn't that the earlier thing? Like, remember, we found a weather control Blastia in Ragu's house, right? And we broke it. Now, actually, if you remember, we saw this tower earlier, and I tried to go here, and it wouldn't let me.
Here comes trouble.
You've destroyed the Blastia!
Oh no, it's...
Hey, are you okay? Bastards!
Okay, you know how I can tell definitively that the Dragon Knight is female right now? Because they haven't talked yet, despite multiple situations in which they should have.
You're next, punk!
And the only way for that to make sense, from a narrative and constructive perspective, is if they're trying to hide the fact that she's a she. Now, I still don't know that for certainty, I'm still just guessing, but I'd put, like, very high certainty on that now.
Come on, we're just getting started.
That's what I mentioned. That's why I mentioned it earlier, when I got my first close-up shot of what I'm assuming is her.
My men won't have any trouble taking care of a brat like you. Now rip him to pieces!
Okay. Man, I love being stun-locked. You know what I love even more? Is what the... Oh, damn it. Okay. That's cute. Well, it's actually... There's another very common trope for that. It's the thing where someone's face is hidden until they reveal themselves. And even though there are certain circumstances where they should have shown their faces after that, they never... Or, excuse me, where they should have hidden their faces after that, they never hide their face again. It's just shown from then on. What the? It's almost amusing. Anyways.
Is that all you got?
Looks like I'm gonna have to teach you your place.
Huh, that's a handy sword you've got.
Think you lost because of this sword, huh?
I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah! Talk it up while you've got the chance. We've got a nice, painful death all set up for you.
You gotta say it right, Darth Tyron. What the? Meanwhile...
Now shut up for a while.
Apparently we went... What? Apparently we fought somewhere in the blink in between cutscenes there, and now we're imprisoned.
What's the deal?
Please, I've got to get out of here.
It's always something with you, isn't it, old man?
It's not polite to point sharp objects at your elders.
Yeah!
Oh my god, it's a she! Probably. That's totally her.
That's enough.
Damn it!
A woman?
Ah!
She's crazy.
Ah! Sorry. I called that, like, yesterday. I just want to say. Or maybe it was Saturday. Oh, sorry. The appropriate reaction here is lore shock.
Are you alright?
I want to see some lore shocks in chat. Because, come on! We all saw that coming.
Sorry.
Do you speak English? Sorry.
Well, after all, you did help Baul back there.
Baul?
Yes, my friend.
Oh, you mean that monster?
I don't know, all elves look alike to me.
What are you going around destroying Blastia for?
That's her outfit? Leave the armor on, Jesus.
Not a big deal if you don't feel like talking about it.
I'm afraid it's not as impressive as you might think. I'm destroying them because I want to.
You're right. I'm not all that impressed. So that's why you mashed up Barbos's Blastia too?
Yes, but I didn't finish the job.
And can you just let this one go?
There wouldn't be any fun in destroying something like that.
Huh.
And here I thought we were going to have an awesome Dragoon character.
Hey, why don't we work together a little longer?
It's true, I wasn't able to finish off the Blastia on the roof.
She sounds really familiar.
Okay then.
So what do we do?
There is one way I was thinking we could get out of here.
Well, if you think it might work, what's the harm in trying it out?
Is that Laura Bailey? That can't be Laura Bailey. If it is, she sounds really young. Although I guess this would have been 10 years ago.
I always say, those who can, should.
Okay, just go along with me on this.
I'll just follow your lead.
Don't worry. It's a little nerve-wracking working with a pretty lady, though.
Ah!
Oh, that is it!
True, Dakota. Which is basically the beginning of her career, if I'm not mistaken.
Pipe down!
Suddenly the music's louder.
You cut it out.
Allison Lee Taylor. Yeah, I don't know who that is.
I said that's enough.
I've had it up to here with you.
Somebody get me away from this psycho!
So I'm gonna have to teach you a lesson, huh? Oh!
Ta-da! You're free.
Thanks for your help.
I think I still owe you one more.
Huh? Guess I overdid it back there.
There. That makes us even.
I'm Yuri. Yuri Lowell.
Judith.
Judith? Judy's easier to say.
But Judith and Judy are literally the same number of syllables.
Fine by me. All right. On to the next objective.
Next? Well, we could check out the Blastia on the roof. All we have to do is go up.
Won't your friends be waiting for you?
I don't mind taking care of the Blastia first.
Up we go then.
And how exactly do we go up?
Probably the stairs.
This is heavy.
Yeah, just go wander off. Reminds me of a certain princess.
A princess?
Never mind. There's gotta be a way up around here somewhere. Let's see what we can find.
Yeah, you're right. That's probably a translation issue.
Hey, why were you wearing that stuffy-looking suit of armor?
Oh, you didn't like it? It's pretty sturdy and protects my body quite nicely. See? Look at this beautiful skin free of bruises and blemishes.
Very nice. I'm actually worried where my eyes might wander.
You don't look all that worried.
Where are your arms?
I've just got a good poker face. So you're okay? You don't mind leaving your armor behind?
It's sturdy, but it's heavy. Walking around with that on tires me out.
Hey, no complaints here. I prefer eye candy to scary armor any day.
Was that supposed to be flirting? Funny? Sincere? I don't know what tone is here.
Higher, and we can't go outside either. What's the matter?
My spear is gone.
Things might be difficult without a weapon.
No, I know her arms are behind her back, but that just looked drawn wrong. Like the perspective and angle was wrong.
What the? Is the Sorcerer's Ring broken? Did the air here do this?
Hey, you're more fashion conscious than I thought.
This isn't fashion. You go like this.
It moved.
It's powered up.
I'll bet you could move other levers with that too.
You think it's okay? I'm afraid it might blow up or something.
If it happens, it happens. For now, let's pull that lever over there.
If something this tiny exploded, I guess it wouldn't be too dangerous.
Okay. And Telestra, that was in the Nexus, wasn't it, Morcalbo? That might be what I'm hearing her from. Because, I mean, I did that dungeon many times to get that frickin' achievement.
Was that fancy ring a present from someone?
I guess you could call it a present.
Well, looks like you're quite the ladies' man.
No, I'm just a big sucker.
Oh? It's amazing enough the ring holds power, but it even reacts to air and becomes stronger. You must have a very strong bond with the girl who gave that to you.
That's one bond I wouldn't mind breaking.
Casual flirting is casual. You gonna let me do this game? You're not, are you? Okay, let's try it this way. Nope.
Okay, this is my weapon. Can't find yours?
Someone might have just took it.
Maybe. Why don't you just pick one here?
Right.
Was that something special for you?
Yes, it was. Well, this should do for a while.
Are you fine with that?
I don't think I will find my weapon here. I'll look for it as I go on.
I'll try looking for it too.
Hello, Final Cloud.
Thank you.
Yeah, this whole sequence has been really bad. Ever since we went up and confronted the Barbos guy. It's funny, because we just got out of a sequence that was actually pretty well done. And then it's like, hey, here's a bunch of crap. Come on. Nope. Nah, whatever. I give up. I could try this, I guess. You... Okay, I gotta be honest. I thought I already... Okay, never mind. Right. Let's try over here then, I suppose.
You're pretty strong. Can you use an overlimit by any chance?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, then try this.
Huh? What's this?
The Limit Duo. Your battle spirit can allow you to use even more powerful overlimits.
Oh yeah?
If your battle spirit is the real thing, that is.
So what else can you tell me about these strong overlimits?
You can produce more power when attacking alone.
Is that so? I still don't quite get it.
Really? Maybe you'll pick it up as you use them in battle.
Sounds good to me.
All right, let's get moving then.
Ooh, they look scary.
Look, he's got to make a living at him. What the? So now we can actually go to level 2 overlimits. That's nice.
That was easy.
I was just wondering that too, Dakota. I mean, they even bothered to mention that they did take our weapons. Hang on, do you see that battle suit? Oh, I can't equip it on her! Let's see. Let's do that. That would be funny though, wouldn't it? Well, she's got charge, jump, and land. Charge. She's a Dragoon. She is totally a Dragoon. Yeah, she's super a Dragoon. I think there is Adam, yeah.
I just can't hold back.
I mean, she's a Dragoon.
This power will make me stronger.
I mean, Dragoons are awesome. I would agree with that sentence. Don't you use a bow? You do use a bow.
There! That's the last of them!
Looks like you guys have things under control.
Yuri!
Hey, what gives? Come on, lay off, will you?
I think that's supposed to be a hug.
Are you okay?
In fact,
Were you hurt?
in fact, that was probably supposed to be a glomp.
Never been better. You worry too much. I thought I told you all to stay put for a while.
What do you expect? We were worried about you.
Hey, just for the record, I wasn't worrying about him.
Well, I, for one, was worried sick.
Yeah, right. Why would you bother coming all the way out here anyway?
It's like this, see? The Don's having a fit, saying there's no way he'll let Barbos make a fool out of him. But I'm the one he sends to do his dirty work.
What do you think you guys are doing coming in this way?
Well, the front door was locked.
That's not the point.
And who might this lovely Critian be? Is she a princess?
So I'm guessing a Critian is an elf.
Laying it on a little thick there, old man.
This is Judith, and we were locked up together.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Carol.
I'm Estelise.
But we all call her Estelle.
Rita Mordio.
And I am the great...
Old man.
It's Raven. R-A-V-E-N. Raven!
You have to wonder about people who introduce themselves like that.
That didn't quite have the zing I was looking for.
I think that'll do for now.
What an interesting bunch of people.
Ooh, I think she likes me.
I think you're right, actually, Dakota.
Idiot.
Judith, what were you doing in a place like this?
I came to have a look at the Blastia.
All the way out here? Why?
She was captured while she was on a sort of research trip.
Yeah, the Critia do like their research.
Were you able to locate your Aqua Blastia?
Nope, not this time either.
Oh my god, that's true. We're still looking for that.
I wonder if it's somewhere here in this tower.
Hi, Flynn.
Are you all right?
Flynn? What's a lieutenant doing here all alone?
We're short on manpower. Besides, I had no idea how dangerous it would be.
Oh, I'll take that bet, Adam. No, the fact that Duke, aka Lysandroth, already has a voice actor and has already had several scenes establishing his character, nah. I don't think he's her.
Is everything going okay?
The Don told everyone the truth, so things have calmed down. There's no longer any worry of conflict.
Wow, that's gotta go over great. So now that you've all marched out here and gotten your weapons together and in your armor and the dirt and the sun and the aggravation, and I've been riling you all up telling you the Empire's evil, it's time to come clean. The Empire's not evil, and we actually were just coming out here to put on a show. Everyone go back home.
My people have secured Ragoz's subordinates, and the Union has neutralized the town's mercenaries. All that's left is Barbos. Your Highness, it's terribly dangerous, so please stay here with Yuri and the others.
That actually makes a lot of sense. Holy crap.
It's far too dangerous for you to go all alone. We're going with you.
No, I cannot permit that.
Hold up. We've got a bit of history with Barbos, so we're not about to throw in the towel after coming this far.
I can imagine it in a parody, Adam.
Besides, I'm pretty sure Estelle's just gonna go after you anyway.
Yuri.
Oh yeah, by the way, you remember how someone asked which characters we still, didn't have? Well, there's the sexy one.
Very well. Then we'll go together. There isn't much time, and it should be safer this way.
Everything settled? Then let's go.
What is it, old man?
Nothing. Just thinking how you could really brag to your friends if you lived in a place like this.
Repeat, come on. I guess you too, old man.
You guess? What's that supposed to mean? Aren't you a little old for hide and seek? What's wrong with poking your head out every once in a while? These kids are really giving it a go. They could use your help every now and again.
If such a necessity arises, I shall interfere. No such necessity exists now.
Oh, sorry. Dun dun dun.
All right. I know you've got your own business to take care of.
I do not have the time for these clowning antics of yours.
Geez, watch where you're pointing words like that.
The affairs of this world hold no interest for me.
That's the only one we don't have yet, Alex. Or actually, no, that's not true. We have the kooky one, sorry. The one we don't have, the only archetype we're missing is the one who is something completely the opposite of what they seem like or whatever. Like, a young girl who's secretly an ancient dragon, or an old man who's secretly like a young elf or a spirit, or someone who is basically something completely unlike what they appear to be. That's the one archetype we're missing so far.
What's up, Yuri? Is something wrong with your weapon?
No, I was just thinking about how different axes and swords feel to use.
Ah, you use both swords and axes, don't you?
Yeah, but my arts change depending on which I use. It's not a problem or anything, but...
Well, I think you look cooler when you're using axes, Yuri. It makes you look stronger, too.
Really? I prefer Yuri when he's using swords myself.
You should just use one in each hand.
Give me a break.
I don't know, I'm with Judy on that one. It would be incredibly stupid in real life, but this is a JRPG, so... Yeah, that's true. It could be Rapide. It could be Carol. I've kind of got my eye on Carol, but I don't think Carol is that archetype. Speaking of which, well, shoot, we have a hell of a lineup, don't we? Well, let's go ahead and do... Yeah, let's just stick with this for now. Is there anything over here? No? Okay, just checking. Although I suppose that's true, we can actually start playing as Flynn. Ow. Whoop, whoop, whoop. You're kidding, right, Final Cloud? I think Final Cloud's kidding. Let's stick with that for now. But yeah, actually, I didn't set up that bot.
So you use a spear too?
Oh, do you know someone who also uses a spear?
Well, not quite. It just reminds me of some jerk.
Are you talking about that dragon rider?
Yeah. Hey, don't you have something you need to tell me?
What? Me?
Yes. So where is the dragon freak now?
We got separated up on the roof. I'm pretty sure he wasn't too badly hurt.
Good, because I can't very well beat him up if he's already injured.
Whoa, whoa. That's the whole reason you came here?
No! I also can't forgive this Barbos guy for what he did. Abusing Blastia like that. Has he no shame?
That's no reason to bring the princess along with you to a dangerous place like this. Flynn, why didn't you stop her?
My apologies. We must have missed each other in Dongrest.
So that's why she panicked and chased after you?
It's not Rita or Flynn's fault. I decided to come here myself. I couldn't let you go all by yourself. Besides, I can't watch bad people doing harm to others and simply let it happen.
I agree. Very well said.
Your Highness.
Captain Carroll, don't let me down. I'm counting on your skills.
Yes, of course! Come on, let's go take that jerk to school.
Good night, Adam. Have a good one.
I'm sorry, but would you mind keeping your background to yourself? You've got someone who might kind of explode if she knew.
Sure, I understand. That'll be best for both of our interests.
You think we might cut down on the battles a bit? This old man can't take it for much longer.
Really? We haven't been fighting any more than usual.
Yeah, but keeping up with your youthful pace is killing me.
Perhaps we should go with the pace of someone older and slower?
Who are you calling older and slower?
Don't worry, you're still young and full of life.
Ah, yes. I'm glad you understand me at least, Judith, honey.
He was the one who called himself an old man.
Cut him some slack, Carol. People his age get sensitive about these things.
Okay. I probably want that treasure.
Let's work together.
Oh, I like his moveset.
Oh, was that a little too painful?
I mean, I get tired all the time at 30, but, you know. I also have a long history of health issues, so, I mean... Give me some credit. I mean, that's how it works, right, Alex?
You're as stiff as ever.
That's why you...
Such good friends.
Sadly, I'm pretty sure ProZD did a good sketch about that to
Looks like a
Cloyda.
dead end.
I have fought in multiple battles, and was the only survivor and veteran of the previous war. How old are you? 37? I am 14.
No, it's not. Look, there's a ladder.
Look, I'm just saying, Butters is the best.
But we can't use that to get upstairs.
Maybe there's something we could do to bring it down, huh?
We need air.
Oh my god.
Air?
Okay.
Yes, if this conduction tube were supplying air, the ladder might be able to move down.
How do we make that happen?
How about you try to figure out things yourself for once?
You don't know, do you?
You're not gonna get it until I really hit you for once, huh?
Wait, you mean all those other times you weren't hitting for real?
Cut it out, you two. Let's go and look for some way to get up there.
I can't believe I made that kind of mistake. I should have moved right then. Damn it!
Somebody shut this old man up.
What mistake did you make?
Oh, you sweet girl. Thank you for listening. If I'd just met that Critty and Hottie before Yuri, the two of us would be off together just...
Ha! Whoa! Go easy on him, Rita.
You got a problem?
I guess the old man couldn't care less about me.
Well, I'm glad you weren't hurt, Yuri.
Thanks.
I mean, you know, this is going to sound really pathetic, but even as a kid, I never really understood why so many JRPG main characters were so young. Okay, that was actually kind of a neat animation, the way he got back up there.
Concentrate our efforts.
But, I mean, obviously it's a little bit exaggerated, especially with regards to, you know, the trope. Or the meme, or whatever you want to call it. But still, a huge... Like, if we just look at the FFs, a huge number of the main FF characters are younger than 20. Cloud is one of the older of the FF main characters. Cloud! There it is.
Is he also a member of your party?
Yeah, he doesn't get along too well with people, though. Don't let it get to you.
I'm Judith. Nice to meet you.
Hey, why is he letting Judith pet him?
Maybe the little pup's a fan of pretty girls.
But I'm a pretty girl, too!
My.
Why doesn't he like me?
That's a good question. Why doesn't he like her? I suppose that's true, Wanta. Wow, I just did that as a random guess. I was like, well, that gear looks different than the other gears. Bzz.
Oh, man. All right.
I think I do actually like Flynn's kid a bit better than Yuri's. Go figure.
Sorry for being so strong.
See, the biggest problem with Yuri's kit, at least from what I've seen so far, is a lot of it requires him to be very close range to be effective. Whereas Flynn has abilities that actually allow him to close distance, which is something I enjoy.
Flynn, didn't you come here with Sodia?
I did. Sodia and the others are busy arresting and taking Rago away, so I'm on my own.
Should a lieutenant leave his subordinates when they have a duty like that?
Well, it's very much in Flynn's style.
Barbos rules based on the laws of the Empire. It is the Knight's duty to arrest those who break the law. I can't leave you and the others to do as you would, Yuri.
You need an excuse to do everything, don't you?
And that's what it means to be an Imperial Knight.
Yeah, that's the problem. Anyways, yeah, exactly, Lumplord. Not that Yuri's bad, just for actually piloting someone, I think I'd prefer piloting someone like Flynn. I need to try out Judith, too. No, I have not, Alex. I've never heard of that. Okay, that was weird. Oh yeah, Yuri feels like my boss cracker. In fact, if I was to use one of the typical archetypes for Yuri, I'd call him a rogue, even though he's wielding a two-hander.
Don't get in our way.
Sure, Alex.
Need a gel or anything?
My thanks, but you needn't worry about me. Focus on your surroundings instead. You never know where a foe might be hiding.
Oh, yeah. I'll pay more attention.
Why so stiff?
It's kind of awkward, huh?
Flynn and Carol are perfect ladies, though.
I'm not around nights all the time, so I get nervous.
Just think of me as someone watching your back.
All right, thanks.
Judy was nervous?
I actually agree with that, Leander. It's like a rogue using a bow. I think that, should work. Oh, and of course it does in some things. Dragon Age, D&D. Anyways, I haven't answered you about favorite Butters moment. That's mostly because I'm having trouble thinking of one. Dang it.
The sign of victory.
Okay. Yay! Good job.
And now she's teaching everyone the high five. Oh, I'm sorry. That is actually delightful. Oh no, there's a fence in my way. Oh, there we go. We're good. No, maybe not. No. What was I saying? Butters, right. I'd say the get something in my pocket scene is probably closest to my favorite I can think of. Well, I think I'm about to go kill Barbos, Leo Tamer, which from my extremely limited understanding of this game means I'm about to end Act 1. The fence! Look at that, it's literally in my way. Whatever.
Oh, man. All right.
Exactly, Dakota. I have a feeling Patty is going to be the bonus character, like Umaro or Gogo, to use an equivalent. So yeah, we're probably done collecting party members as of now. And this definitely has the feeling of an act dungeon. A major dungeon, in other words.
Face this calmly.
I'm just sad I'll never get indignation in this game. Sorry. Indignation in this game. Yeah, exactly, Takoida. Plus, they're even having something approaching actual puzzle design. Yeah, no kidding, Chocolate Rob. No, I know, Lump Lord. Someone told me yesterday or the day before what it would take to get it, and it's super not happening. Oh, that's right. We were pushing blocks earlier. That is true. So let's get the cooking guy. It's always the most important thing we could do, is get the cooking guy. Salad! We have learned how to make a salad. The most difficult recipe of them all. I could never make a hors d'oeuvre of salad. That would just be impossible. I mean, I think you fit in here, Cord. I mean, that's just me, of course. I'm a bit biased. The PC principle. The hell's the PC principle? Yeah, the cooking shortcuts. I've noticed those popping up a couple of times. That's a no.
It looks like this floor is set up the same way as the one below.
So that means we've got some gears to move.
What do you think I've been doing?
What do you think they're protecting with all these different layers of devices?
Maybe it's just their pride as a guild.
Wait, are you trying to sell me on the idea that this is just the guild headquarters for the Blood Alliance? Really? Okay, I know we all make fun of how ridiculous it would be to work on an everyday level at dungeons, but think about that for a second. They're actually trying to posit that this place is where these people work for a living. You remember when Final Fantasy IV did a dungeon like this? It was in the middle of a hundreds-foot-tall mecha. Right. As in the direction right. I guess that's true. You're gonna need a lot of maintenance to keep this place going. Okay, I've decided there's one thing I don't like about Flynn. His attack arc is much more limited.
Was that a little too painful?
There we go. What I mean by that is a lot of his attacks will straight up miss because it's more of a stab or a jab or a slice, whereas Yuri's arcs are nice, big, long up to downs, which hit just about everything in front of him. What am I doing? I'm doing this. And in this particular type of environment, where all of your enemies are effectively being fought on what is effectively a 2D plane, being able to attack like this has a higher chance of hitting. So let's try out Judith for a bit. So we've got Crescent Moon, that's the charge, it's the roundhouse. So let's do this, and then let's do that one. Actually, let's do this here and this here. Let's see how that feels.
The bottom of the tower looked ancient, but the top is new.
It would seem someone built it onto a structure that was already here.
I had no idea there were any towers in this area. I wonder when it was built.
Well, judging by how new the top looks, I'd say it was pretty recent.
Do you think Barbos built it?
The Blood Alliance is one of the bigger guilds, but even they couldn't build something like this.
Rigaud. He must have been putting up the funds.
Hey, yeah, that would make sense.
We still ain't any closer to figuring out why they built something like this, though.
That's true. I still don't buy that this is the weather control device, unless it's like a larger version of the weather control device, which I suppose is feasible. Yeah, no, I'm not going to comment on that, Gum-Gum, sorry. It's not Halloween, and honestly, I'm thinking about discontinuing the Halloween concept, so... Yeah, funds is one thing. Money doesn't automatically mean resources, and it certainly doesn't automatically mean personnel, or time. I've noticed a lot of fiction just seems to assume that if you have money, you can get everything else, ignoring all of the steps in that process.
Let's get this over with. I gotta try and keep up.
Interesting. So she has a weird attack cycle, but it does seem to be a good sweep. Oop, grab those. I can barely tell where I'm going. Oh, apparently I can't go this way. Okay. I think you're right, Dakota.
Are they all together? One at a time. One at a time.
That's an interesting attack.
Was that a little too painful? Your spear fighting is fluid and your footwork is amazing. I love watching you fight, Judith.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Aren't all Critians more of the nerdy, scholarly type? More indoors than outdoors people?
Yuri's anti-book comments aside, is it true that the Critia don't fight in battles?
It seems most of us don't like fighting very much.
So you're an exception?
A weirdo among weirdos, then?
How strange. I've always thought it was normal to fight someone who was threatening you.
Yeah, true.
Really? Is that normal?
Sure, it's normal.
Totally normal.
I see.
Dun, 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 as they say. Oh, come on. Alright, fine, whatever. Yeah, she has a... So she has two attacks that seem to have some range. One is the charge attack, I don't know what to call that. The other's her jump, and it's just straight up jump from Dragoon. That's this one. But yeah, her actual attacks don't have much range on them. But she does have a closer, that's the term. She has a closer.
You lose.
Me too, Chai-Ga. I always just look around randomly whenever I'm talking. Ah, here it is. That's what I was looking for earlier. So I'm going to go ahead and say that this is the last level that is really tolerable here. Like, this is already dragging a little bit. If there's another layer to this, of just the same puzzle again, this is officially taking too long. Actually, there's plenty of ways to wield the spear, believe it or not. That's one of the reasons the spear is actually a pretty awesome weapon. It's very versatile. Now, granted, the last time I actually studied fighting with a weapon was around 20 years ago, so take that with a grain of salt. Now, if you're dealing with, I don't know the proper term, a pole, then yeah, no, that's kind of pointless. Since the whole point of a pole is to, you know, extend the point way past the people in front of you. In other words, so you can have multiple layers of soldiers who all have their points pointing forward, and you know all of them can get to form a defensive wall there. And I'm pretty sure it's not called a pole, but whatever. Pike? That might be it. Like I said, I don't know.
It'll be 100 years before you can beat me.
And then, of course, there's the Bardiche, which is basically just a poleaxe. And then there's the poleaxe, which is obvious. There's the short spear. I don't know what point a short spear has, other than I don't have another spear. Yeah, swords are really common for main weapons. If I ever get around to the point where I actually have, you know, I finally get to start making games, I'm going to make my main character be a spear user, damn it. Or a mace, one of the two. Oh, that's an enemy.
There are so many.
Stay composed.
I should be saving my mana, I just realized. You mind?
I'll fight you wherever you rise.
The only spear I ever worked with in real life was just a straight-up plain spear. It was basically a bow with a tip at the end. I only mention that because when I was using it, I was taught more about how to use it as a bow than I was to use it as a spear.
Behind us! Our ties to each other will save us!
I've noticed one other downside of Judith is she has really long pauses in between animations for her attacks, so she's a lot easier to interrupt than Yuri was. God, it's been an hour since we've saved. Yeah, no, scythes are for cool factor, not for utility. If you're using a scythe, it's either a magical weapon, or you're ignoring, you know, the rules, basically. Which is fine, but, you know, you gotta think of that. Let's give that to... Whoop, no. Ah! Her. Hello, Colgrim. Now, don't mistake me, I like a good scythe as much as the next guy, it's just... Right, I'm trying to save mana. Well, I believe you, Takoida.
Rest in peace.
I have admittedly never heard of a scythe being used in actual combat for something at a military level. But I believe there's such a thing. I mean, a lot of things have been used for military, or for combat at the military level. I mean, God's sakes, there were literally groups of people who literally would use slings in combat against other armies. That was a pretty common thing for a decent chunk of human history there. No, I don't think I do, Gum Gum. It's just an identifier. A visual last name, if you will.
That will suffice.
Oh, slings are terrifying if you know what you're doing with them. But still, I mean, you don't really think a sling is a weapon. Unless you actually think about it. Then again, yo-yos were that too, so whatever. So this is probably going to be a boss.
Back again, you stubborn punk.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Hey, the core in that sword. Is that the core to the Aqua Blastia?
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Oh my god. We're finally going to get it back. And it's the thing that produces water, clean water, is the thing that's powering his chain sword.
These fools don't know when to give up. Capor Nor, Dongrest, and now all the way to Gasfarost. I've always hated kids.
Barbos, this has gone on long enough. Save what's left of your honor and give up.
The Knights will be here any moment. Any further resistance is futile.
Oh, I get it. It's a steampunk sword.
That's right. You're finished.
Oh, this is far from finished. I put 10 years into building Gasforost's spire, and while it stands, nothing can stop me.
So he's been building this tower ever since the end of the Great War, which ended 10 years ago. Yes, I was paying attention.
And with that man in the Empire wrapped around my finger, I was able to build my magnificent Blastia!
That man?
Okay, what just happened?
You think I'm just gonna let you waste the lower quarters core like this?
God, that's dumb.
Oh, it won't go to waste. I'll use this to eliminate Whitehorse, and then I will be leader of the guilds. Then the Empire is next. With this power at my disposal, the very world will be mine.
Then you might be able to see a decent tailor.
And I'll start with you! Begone, worms!
What is it shooting? It's a chain sword that lets him fly and shoots something.
That sword is gonna be a problem.
Problem? Is that thing even legal?
It is very powerful.
The Blastia seems to be working just fine.
I do too, Lumplord. It makes sense.
What?
What's wrong?
You haven't won yet.
All right. Playtime's over. Time to wipe Dongrest off the map, and you along with it!
Hi, Lysanderoth.
What?
Like, a chainsword is cool. A chainsword that lets you fly and shoot generic shockwaves is not.
What is that?
You're welcome.
What happened to not having any time or interest?
Hey, that's...
Rita, never mind that!
Piece of crap!
Looks like the tables have turned, Barbos.
So, all that fancy wisdom and the power of the Blastia were nothing but a sham. Should have known from the start that I'd have to depend on my own strength.
That's a sword almost as big as you are. Where was that?
Take up your swords!
You know, he was so much easier to deal with when he was all drunk on power.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than an enlightened idiot.
I am the only man to stand as Whitehorse's equal in battle. Now you will know the power of Barbos the Stormblast and his Blood Alliance!
What's his name again? Oh, well, boss fight. Probably a big boss fight, so I'm going to pay attention here.
I'm gonna take you thugs down. You little punks are nothing to me. I'll squash you like bugs.
Hello?
Squash the Union and rule the world.
What?
I'll make sure it doesn't happen.
You have no right to threaten people's peace.
Silence.
Why am I on auto? Oh, there we go. Thank you. God. I was just saying, when the hell did I get on auto? What is she doing? Yeah, only a villain would want to rule the world. That's right, guys. Okay. Would you get back here? Oh my god. Oh, that's a completely wasted limit break. I can't even move. There we go. Figured it out. It's R1. Huh. We can actually cut off the source of ads. That's kind of neat. Damn it, Chocolate Rob. I always knew you wanted to rule the world. See, this is another thing this game is missing. The ability to recover. Like, the Kingdom Hearts games is the most obvious example I can think of. There's a literal ability to, like, if you get hit and knocked down, it takes a while for you to get back up, which is also true in this game, right? But in the Kingdom Hearts games, if you hit a button at a specific point after you're knocked down, you can get back up. And the inability to have that kind of sucks given the stun locking on display. Would you get out of my way? No, 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 no. Back over here. Target? There we go. Yeah, mid-air recovery is another example of that, also from Kingdom Hearts.
You'll never beat me.
Great! I mean, I'm with the ARPG mindset, but you gotta go all out with it. I'm wondering if the other Tales of games have something like this.
Stay down.
It's over. Accept your fate.
Achievement unlocked. Secret mission 7.
Your henchmen have run out on you. That's it, Barbos. It looks like you were the fool who didn't know when to give up.
Perhaps you were right.
Then you'll surrender.
I won't be humiliated any more than this. Yuri, was it? You remind me of Whitehorse in his youth. You're his spitting image.
Hope you're not saying I'm gonna end up like that old man. Not exactly something to look forward to.
What's that supposed to mean?
Like the Dawn. Sooner or later, you will make great enemies in this world.
I think I already have. But it's okay, because Lysanderoth is on my side. Which actually would be kind of a nice twist, but whatever.
And then that world will consume you whole. Regret, sorrow, and despair will hound you all the way to hell. And I will be waiting there for you.
Why do people try to stop someone when they do that? I've never quite understood that. Like, in some specific cases I could see it, because you need a confession, or you need them for some political reason, but just let the guy fall over the edge, let him die. Unless this is Final Fantasy VII, in which case nobody dies from falling 700 feet.
I'm so glad the core is safe.
Wow, the Aqua Blastia core is so small.
Well, we did it, guys. We accomplished our very first quest. I'm not even making that up. Right at the beginning of the game, the well was going nuts. Very first thing.
So we've got your core back. That takes care of one problem.
You mean the only problem? I'm out! Peace!
Yes, but we weren't able to take Barbos into custody.
It's because he's dead.
Yes. That alone is quite regrettable.
What are you talking about? A creep like that is better off... Ow!
Besides, I think it's too early to say anything's been taken care of.
Yeah, I have to find out if this thing even works anymore.
Blastia cores don't break all that easily.
Huh. Bet you didn't know that, did you, Raven?
See you around next time.
Jeez, what is up with that guy? Just showing up whenever he wants.
You're one to talk, Rita.
Takes all kinds, I suppose.
He probably headed back to Dongrest. I'm sure we can find him if we need to.
I'll go on ahead as well. I left my people with a considerable amount of work. Your Highness, if you would please accompany me.
Can't I stay with everyone a little longer?
We'll look after your unreasonable princess a little longer. Isn't that easier for you too? We'll make sure she gets to Dongrest.
Very well. But in exchange, I ask that you take the utmost caution. Absolutely no detours, okay?
Leveling for 20 hours engaged.
All right.
Then I take my leave, Your Highness. Until we meet again in Dongrest.
Thank you, Flynn.
Hi, Cashel.
Why do you look so sad? Are you okay?
I was just thinking. I still owe that creep Dedeki a good beating.
You got the Blastia back. Isn't that enough? Why chase after some stupid thief?
Yeah, I guess you're right. If I ever cross paths with him, though, he's in for a surprise. Waiting for me in hell, huh? Why do you have to go and say that?
Hey, come on already. Let's get back to Dongrest.
Well, I will take my leave from you here.
Off to meet up with your partner?
Partner? Who do you mean?
We'll be operating individually from now on. That way we won't interfere with each other's work.
I see. Well, see you later.
Yeah.
The dialogue even says, we finally got it back. I need to see something. Yes. 12 hours and 49 minutes if we have accomplished our first quest. Hi, Spenstead.
Look, the Knights have come back.
I'm innocent, I tell you. This is a plot by the Knights to destroy the Council.
Blooded and blooded.
He doesn't know when to quit, does he?
Yeah, I've been avoiding a huge amount of encounters.
Where's Flynn?
I can't make him out from here.
I mean, if this was a speedrun, I'd probably be skipping cutscenes. Wait a minute, there's a cat! Oh, I can't pet the cat. Life sucks.
You must not be taken in by the Knights. They only plan to crush this town once you've all been lured into a false sense of safety.
On the honor of the Imperial Knights, I swear that we would never perpetrate such disloyalty.
You're Flynn Scifo.
The Empire and the Union have joined in a treaty of friendship.
What? Impossible.
At this moment, Don Whitehorse and His Highness Yoder are in council together. It's only a matter of time until it's made official.
But how? I thought that cursed Alexei was tied up in other matters.
Yes. It is true that our Commandant could only make a brief appearance before returning to the capital.
Damn it, Takoida.
Then, on whose authority?
Yoder, actually, Cord.
No! This can't mean my plans have been ruined by this boy!
Scritch, 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 scritch.
This will put an end to the suffering of the people of Kapwa Nor as well.
Totally gonna be that easy to fix that.
You're just hoping the next magistrate they get is more of a stand-up guy.
I will do what I can to make sure a worthy person is chosen when I get back to the castle.
Oh, you're assuming you'll be in charge.
To the castle? You mean you're going back to the capital, Estelle?
Yes. With Rago gone, the rest of the castle should have returned to normal.
For the Empire, I will. Yes.
But you don't really want to go back.
What do you mean?
I can see it in your face.
No,
Well, you should do what suits you best. You've made up your own mind, right?
I will go back. I don't want Flynn or anyone else to have to worry about me anymore.
It's gonna be lonely without her, won't it, Repeat?
Oomph. Well, I guess that's the end of the game. We beat the big boss, we got the thing back, and nothing's going wrong whatsoever. We even caught the evil guy. She's going back to the castle, he's going back to the castle. So, okay, for those of you who've never played a Tales of game, let me let you in on a little secret. Every single Tales of game that I've played, along with a few I've heard of, follow the exact same pattern. They reach a point in the game, sometimes there's one, sometimes there's two. And when you reach a certain point in the game really goes out of its way to make it feel like the game is ending. Like all the loose ends are tied up, you've done a big dungeon, you've fought a big boss, and then boom! Oh my god, second act. All of them do that I've seen and played. So I'm curious what the big will be in this case. And actually, yes, I have, Chocolate Rob. Funnily enough. As bad as Bravely Default? No comment. Oh, excuse me. Symphonia was probably one of the bigger examples of the, oh, it's the end of the game. Nah, just kidding, it's the halfway point. Ones, in my opinion. I don't know where to go. You know what, that's true. Bravely Default is worse in one very key and crucial way. Guess we'll leave town. Am I out? Peace! We never did learn what that giant drill thing was. Got it. To the inn. I see. You'd probably think I was being weird, but no, the game basically forces you to like, when you try to leave, they're like, hey, maybe I should go do such and such instead. And that's how I sometimes get hints on what the game wants me to do. In this case, going to the inn. I agree, Taqueta. Feels like a, well, like a SNES game. Song.
Yuri, it's terrible!
Oh, man. Just let me sleep.
Rigaud! He...
What did Rigaud do?
They say he used his standing in the council to reduce his charges! It looks like he's gonna get off with only a minor drop in rank, after everything he did!
Yeah, no, that makes sense. So, you may have remembered that I've pointed out earlier that one of the big themes that they've been shoving into our faces this entire game is the difference between vigilantism and law-abidingism, and how the two of them can both be bad when taken to extremes. What do you want to bet we're about to go kill, Rago?
This has got to be a joke.
It's not a joke! It's the truth!
So this is how the Empire works now, huh? Damn it, this is not funny.
What do we do, Yuri?
I don't know.
How can he not get punished? Wait, if we tell Estelle, maybe she can do something about it.
Hey, don't go giving the princess too much trouble. Damn it, what's Flynn doing anyway?
You know, that's an interesting question.
Post right now.
I suppose that would be extremely unlikely, since you at that point you'd probably just have to go ahead and sell something, Leo Tamer. But no, there's no other way to make money in town.
Doesn't anyone knock anymore?
You knew I'd be coming. That outfit.
As of today, I've been assigned the post of captain.
So, the birth of the Flynn Brigade, huh? Looks like I've been one-upped again.
I'd ask why you were sleeping in it, but...
If that's how you feel, you should come back to the Knights. You'd be able to...
Don't waste your breath. Congratulations on making captain.
Thank you. You didn't come down here to celebrate my promotion.
No, I didn't.
It's Rigaud, isn't it? Appropriating Nor Harbor for his own purposes, committing treason by his collusion with Barbos.
Feeding children to monsters.
Add to this stealing from the populace and the extermination of even his own people, simply because he didn't like them. The people he killed were either fed to monsters, or sold to those who will pay money for corpses.
Oh wow, he actually does acknowledge that.
Sick bastard.
That he should be able to do those things, and not have to answer for them. The authority of the Council is far more powerful than I'd imagined. I thought with this promotion to captain that I'd gotten a bit closer to my goal, but I have to face the fact that the law can't even punish a single person like Rigaud.
You know it doesn't end here. You'll climb even higher until you can make the right changes.
True, but many people will continue to suffer in the meantime, needlessly. When I consider that,
Don't go flying off the handle and smacking him around. The progress you made would all be for nothing.
By the way, you know what's interesting is, in my mind, the solution to this is obvious. Have someone within working to change things from within, and have someone without for the exceptions when you need to move outside the system. I mean, that seems like such a duh choice. I'm sure most of you have heard of that choice being done in fiction because that's exactly what Batman does. No, seriously, Bruce is in the system, Bats is out.
If he's above you, you go even higher, and then...
Yes. Someday I'll create a legal order that treats everyone with equality. I have to.
I do kind of like, by the way, that Yuri is actually encouraging Flynn here.
Good. And I'll do things my own way.
Yuri?
How would you go about punishing the villains that the law can't touch?
I'm still trying to figure that out.
It seems I may have gotten a little careless when I thought Alexei wouldn't be around. Flynn Scifo, that impertinent upstart. This is a grudge I won't soon forget. I will bring down the full authority of the Council on you. Ah! What the?
Hi.
It's you. Do you intend to harm me? I'm a member of the Council, you know. I could crush you with a single command.
Okay. I'm waiting.
You won't get away with this!
The laws and the Council may have let you go, but I'm afraid I can't do that.
Ah! Stay back! Oh, I was so close. Dane Nomos.
Also foreshadowing. I don't know what the hell Dane Nomos is, but ooh.
Repeat.
It's funny, that was exactly what I was thinking, Blackfile. Get him in the back and then probably chop his head off. And then floop. That was actually pretty cool that they went through with that. I mean, I called it, but still. Have you found Ragu? No, he's just missing! See, this is why I would be terrible at this kind of thing.
It's too bad we gotta split up.
I wouldn't be able to keep myself from laughing. Like, if I was Yuri and I had just killed Ragu and someone was like, oh my god, did you hear Ragu was gone? Oh no! They'd be looking at me, lore? Sorry, I just thought of a really funny Garfield joke. Tell me more about Ragu.
Please, come visit the castle anytime. He'll really come if you say that.
What? Didn't she just invite me?
Huh. Idiot.
With the treaty, it'll become easier for guild members to enter the capital.
That's right.
Princess, we should be going.
Oh, hi, Ragu 2.
Oh, yes.
Ragu 2?
I promise to do what I can about Rago, to see that he gets the punishment he deserves.
And yeah, like that would happen. Yuri would just burst out laughing in the background, and they just keep looking over me like, lore?
Princess, you should know.
What?
You see... Lord Rago has not been seen since last night. We do not yet know the details. His whereabouts are being investigated as we speak.
Oh, I volunteer.
What could this mean? Maybe he got scared and ran away. Well, I guess I'll be going too. I want to check out stuff like those air crennet. When I finish my analysis, I'll, pay a visit to the capital too.
Oh my god, she has a blush animation. It's really hard to see, but it's there.
I'm looking forward to it. Okay then. See ya!
Based on the layout, that looks like a ocean-feeding river, which means he's gone.
And Carol, where will you go from here?
His corpse is gone.
I want to start up a guild with Yuri.
That sounds like a good idea.
Your Highness.
Sorry, I'm ready now.
Shouldn't I go get Yuri?
No. I wouldn't want to wake him.
He's been busy all night.
Alright.
Well, this is it.
Yeah. I hope we see each other again.
Oh, that's a good point. I was assuming tide... high tide, I guess? When it would be dragged out. Not low tide when it would be dragged in, or maybe it's the reverse of that. I'm not sure.
Yuri, are you awake?
I mean, I agree, Alex.
Rita already took off.
I mean, there's... One of the historical truths in real life is that people who are rich and in power can get away with quite a bit, but there's always a limit. Like there's always this one point where if they push just a little bit too hard, people are finally like, you know what? Screw this. Screw the rules. Screw the consequences. You've pushed us too far. Lynch, death, stabbing. And that's been true for centuries, if not millennia, with regards to, you know, nobility or leaders or kings or whatever hell you want to call it. In other words, I agree with Alex. I'm pretty sure that if someone was just as cartoonishly, ludicrously evil as Regao was, that he would have pushed the boundaries and someone, or someones, would have lynched his face off. I want to take his face off. Sorry.
Oh.
If you hurry, you might still be able to catch her.
I can meet them anytime I want.
Jeez, Yuri. Fine, if that's how you're gonna be.
Even if I did go, it would just make it harder for them to leave. What the?
Alright, so Act 2. What starts Act 2? I've been waiting for this for several minutes now.
Monsters.
Yeah, Worf and Duras is actually a fantastic example of what I'm talking about, although the French Revolution is a more recent and real-life example.
Yuri!
Carol, any idea what that thing is?
No, I've never seen anything like that before. It's coming down!
Come on, Carol.
Oh god, the face ripper. Not evil.
Just when I get to relax, I get dragged into another mess.
Yuri, fate really is out to get you.
Hey, it's not all my fault. You had a role in this too.
But I never ran into gigantic monsters or got arrested by knights before I met you.
Well, things didn't go bad for me until I left the capital with Estelle.
So that means...
Drop it. Keep moving.
Right.
And no, that was just a badly constructed sentence. What I meant was the French Revolution is a more modern, historical example than most of the other ones I was thinking of.
What is going on here?
Yuri! Protect Her Highness!
Yuri, look!
This way, foul fiend!
Why is it just ignoring us? Is it coming for me?
So, it's sounding like more and more like I was right, that she's the curse.
The Commandant. But why is he here?
Our finest knights. I am left with no choice. We will stop this beast with the help of Heracles. Yuri, wait! There's nothing more you can do!
You expect me to stand by while that thing makes a snack out of Estelle?
The insipid poison of this world must be purged.
Ah, there's the twist. And I was kind of expecting that. Monsters are intelligent.
It can speak! Who are you? Yuri!
You're safe.
Meanwhile, in a far higher budget project, that's a lot of cannons. And a lot of failed shots.
What is that?
Heracles!
Whoa! We gotta get out of here!
I'm going to leave the city and continue my journey.
What do you mean?
If you're going back to the capital, you shouldn't keep Flynn waiting. It's for you to decide.
Then
Well, hey, Zawan. Haven't seen you in a while. I was trying not to make a Moltres reference. Oh, hey, now we go full anime.
I want to continue the journey as well.
Now that's what I wanted to hear.
I mean, is there another time we could be having this conversation?
Judith? Don't! It's too dangerous!
Look who's talking.
I'll be fine. You go on ahead.
Come on, quickly!
My, you're a stubborn one.
Huh? Why is it taking off?
Yuri! Lady Estellise! Wait!
Hey, Flynn.
Here comes the cavalry.
Oh, that's convenient.
I'm sorry, Flynn. I realize now I can't just go back to the capital.
What? I'm sorry, Flynn. I realize now.
There are too many things I still need to know.
Surely after returning to the capital, you can...
What?
The voices of the people suffering in Nora Harbor never reached the capital. I won't achieve anything if I'm not willing to approach these problems head-on. I've come to realize that during my travels. That's why I have to keep going.
Your Highness!
Flynn, get this corps back to the lower quarter.
Yuri!
I won't be going back to the capital anytime soon. I'm going to start up a guild. Give my regards to Hanks and everyone else.
Yuri!
A guild? So that's what you meant by doing things your own way.
That would have been horrible, Lord.
Yeah, I finally made up my mind.
That's fine, but what about Princess...
Take care, Flynn.
The Assassin's Guild. No. The Punisher Guild. No, the guild's gonna be called Vesperia. What do you want to bet?
I suppose I should have talked to you first, but here's to our new guild, Carol.
Right!
All right, let's go. If we hang around here much longer, some of those knights are bound to come after us.
Wait, am I right, Leander? Hand it over, Aquia Blaster Core. I suppose that's technically what we did.
That huge flying monster actually talked, right? You ever heard of a monster like that?
I've never seen or heard of anything like that. I don't think anybody in the Hunting Blades has.
Man, first that thing in Karabakram and now this. The world's just full of surprises. I don't care how many lives you have, it wouldn't be enough to fight that thing.
Yeah, not even I feel like taking on a monster like that.
Alright, now we gotta go to the Outer Continent. I don't know where I'm going. It just occurred to me. Right. I am 100% sure, Final Cloud.
But I'm dying here.
I mean, first of all, Carol's dying. But second of all, it's a Tales of game. They're not hard to predict. Third of all, how would I ever have been physically capable of playing this game before? Like, you've seen that I have no saves, I don't own it on the Switch, and I have never owned an Xbox. And I didn't import the PS3 version from Japan.
So, why is Judith coming along with us anyway?
With the circumstances being what they are, this is just how things turned out.
I'd give you an answer, but...
I don't mind a few extra travel companions, but we do need to put in a little more effort.
Just how far are we going?
I guess Heliord's our closest destination, so at least until there.
What? Should we rest a little once we get out of the city?
Agreed.
Okay, now let's get moving.
Honestly, I would be hard-pressed to name any JRPG that actually permanently kills off a character. There are a few, but they are the exception.
This looks easy.
I told you, Geludo. Oh, I'm back to being Yuri.
This? No, this isn't scary. This power will make me stronger.
Yeah, there's FF2, FF4, FF5, FF7.
Hey, you mind if I ask a question? I need to be sure of something.
What is it?
That big monster we saw? It was talking, right? Like our language.
Yes, I heard it with my own ears.
You all heard it too? I guess it wasn't my imagination after all.
Who's ever heard of a monster that speaks a human language?
Just what is that monster?
Yeah, I would say that Chrono Trigger doesn't count for the same reason that FF6 doesn't count. And FF10 doesn't count either. To be blunt. Especially considering FF10 too. And 10-3.
What happened to taking a break?
It's probably a good time. Looks like no one is following us anymore.
How can you tell?
Intuition, I suppose.
Intuition?
Main party members, Lumplord.
Anyway, we should be fine here. Let's rest for now.
That's why Luzu and Gata would not count. Now, if Yuna died, that would count.
When we have time to take a longer rest, we've got to decide a few things about our guild.
What is it with you and taking breaks?
What do you hope to accomplish by starting a guild?
Accomplish?
I mean, arguably, you could say FF2 doesn't even count, since none of the actual permanent party members die. But I think we could count FF2.
I want our guild to become really big! And then someday we'll follow in the Dawn's footsteps and protect Dawngrest ourselves. That way, I can show him my gratitude for all the years he's defended the city.
That's a wonderful dream, Carol.
I'll just stick with the boss here.
Huh? Boss? Me?
You were the first one to bring up this crazy idea.
I guess you're right. So, what's the first order of business?
To calm down.
Yeah!
You make guilds sound like fun.
Why don't you join the guild as well, Judith?
I wonder. Do you think they'd let me?
The most important thing is obeying the guild's laws.
Which are?
Those who break the laws will be severely punished, even friends or family.
Okay.
The laws are the source of a guild's pride.
Okay.
No one can be admitted without making a solemn pledge to uphold them.
And what are the laws of your guild, Carol?
Everybody supporting each other and always acting with the interests of the guild in mind. Striving to always do the right thing while punishing those who don't.
You know what? Hang on. I got a better one. Give me a second. I gotta look it up because I don't want to misdo it. Oh, come on. Where's the quote? It's the never be cruel one. You can't tell me there's no frickin' quote from it here. Go away. There it is. Never cruel or cowardly. Never give up. Never give in. There we go.
What do you mean?
All for the guild and the guild for all. Do justice and punish the unjust.
Everyone's opinion will be valued, so long as it doesn't go against these laws.
Yuri, that's just what I...
Right, boss?
All for the guild and the guild for all.
So suddenly this is Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, that's it.
It looks like these will be my laws from now on as well.
Sure it's okay to make up your mind like that?
Yes. You've got me curious. All for the guild. I like the way that sounds.
Well then?
I pledge to uphold the laws, for the guild's sake, and my own.
Oof.
How about your partner?
Thanks for your concern, but it's all right. He won't mind.
Your partner?
A friend I was traveling with earlier.
Huh. I didn't know you had someone like that. Okay, so from today on, we'll be your new partners, Judith.
I look forward to it.
Me too.
Then, I...
Okay, let's call it a day for now.
Yeah, I almost forgot how sore I am.
I almost forgot the splitting pain I'm in. So anyways, Venters, I actually don't know who you're talking about off the top of my head. But I just realized we should probably stop the permanent death characters thing, since that strays into spoilers territory, and I like to avoid spoilers on unrelated topics, so...
Thanks.
For what?
You're staying up to keep watch, aren't you?
Nah, not at all.
You're so evasive.
You're one to talk.
Huh. Weird. I always thought I was pretty straightforward.
Seriously? You haven't even given your real reason for joining our guild.
I joined because I wanted to.
That's it?
No. So long as they don't go against the laws of the guild, everyone's wishes are respected, right? Don't worry. I said I'd uphold the laws, and I will. but in my own way.
All right. Well, I'll get you to tell me the real reason eventually. So it was a coincidence that you were in Dawngrest?
Yes, I was. That's the truth. Isn't it lovely?
Sure. Lovely.
Thanks.
For keeping watch?
For talking.
I wasn't even going to say that, Gulvag.
What, you're not asleep?
Nah, I've been trying to think of a name for our guild. I'm gonna think of something really cool.
Sure, I can't wait.
Yuri?
Hmm?
I was thinking about this. We made our guild without first swearing allegiance to its laws, didn't we?
Yeah, but did that earlier today, right? So no worries.
Yeah. Yuri?
What is it?
Did you just make those laws up, or did you hear them somewhere?
They just came to me. Why, were they no good?
Oh no, not at all. It's just... those were the exact same laws I'd been thinking of. I'm really happy that I was able to make a guild with you, Yuri.
What a thing to say. Don't get all mushy on me.
Oh!
What now?
I thought of a name! The Super Ultra Courageous Braves!
I actually hope that's the guild name. I really do.
That sounds like a name Captain Carroll would come up with, definitely. Let's go with that, then.
Right!
I wouldn't want to be in any of the Ravnican guilds, but I suppose if I had to pick one, I'd go with whatever the Blue Mage guys are. I can't think of their names. I don't even understand that quote, Gum Gum. So I guess I'm gonna default to,
Oh, Yuri.
Hey, you're not asleep?
No? Is something the matter?
Oh god, we're the Suck Bee!
I was just trying to think of what our next move should be.
It's the second guild of its type. The Suck A guild kind of fell apart.
Yes. I didn't even think I'd be able to continue traveling with you.
Give us a dozen or so more iterations, we'll get to the Suck R version.
I'm still trying to decide if I should. You're really gonna put your all into this guild, aren't you?
I'd like to say I'm just gonna go with the flow, but I went and bragged to Flynn about it. I guess I can't slack off now.
I think Simic is who I'm thinking of, Alex. I could be wrong.
Carol certainly seems happy. I'm a bit jealous.
Unless there's an artifact guild that I don't know about.
Oh, does Her Majesty the Princess wish to join our humble guild?
If I asked you to let me in, would you let me in?
Yeah.
If you've thought about this, and it's your decision, I won't try to stop you.
Yeah, you're right. I should really give this some thought.
Well, don't think too hard about it.
I didn't.
How can I decide?
So, what you're asking me, Gum Gum, is... do I think Earth is good? No. I've studied too much history to think that. I sure hope it will, Blackvile. We're done. Rest for the night. Rest for the night.
Repeat. You're keeping watch too, huh? So, we started a guild. We're a motley crew, but it should be interesting. You're our number 2. Try not to give the boss too much of a hard time. You should get some rest too.
Actually, it would, Chocolate Rob. And what do you want to bet that's how they resolve the succession crisis?
What's that? Are you saying I should just trust you to keep watch for us? Alright, I'll get some rest then. Thanks, Repeat.
Yeah, exactly. What's our guild specialty? What kind of jobs do we take?
I hope we can find some work to do now that we've made our guild.
Like paperwork? Seriously. Like, there's got to be more involved than that. You can't just have 4 people out in the woods say, we're gonna make a guild, and then BAM!
Easy, Tiger. So, Estelle, what are you gonna do?
I want to go looking for that talking monster. If it was me he was after, I want to find out why.
Don't feel like you'll be able to rest easy till you find out, huh?
Damn it, Tagoida.
But how will you do that? How can you look for a monster if you have no idea where it is?
I thought you were in charge of all the monster-related information.
Don't ask me! Even I'd never seen anything like that before.
That was no monster. His name is Pharaoh.
I sure hope he's not the leader of something.
Do you know about him?
I saw him earlier when I was traveling with my friend, and it was my friend who knew his name.
Why would your friend know the name of something like that?
Where did you see it?
It was on the Desier continent, in the sands of Kogor.
That's the continent to the southwest of Tolbikia, the continent of Desier, the desert.
Apt.
You don't just go marching off to a desert because someone saw a monster.
He's right, you know.
I wonder if that fairy tale could be...
Fairy tale?
Something I read at the castle. A tale about a monster that speaks, who lives in the sands of Kogor.
There are always stories like that. Like the one about the monster in the sea who talks to people.
I think you've got it backwards.
Backwards?
Such creatures do exist, but they have simply become the stuff of legend.
It's like the saying, where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah, but are you thinking of going all the way to a place like that alone, Estelle?
Huh? Well,
If only you could officially hire a guild as your status as Princess of the Empire, which could give us some much-needed initial capital and prestige, and allow us to keep adventuring together. That would fit neatly, but I doubt the game will even bring that up.
If we don't keep up this little bodyguard operation, she'll really march off on her own. What do you think? Let's take this as our first guild assignment.
Hey, you're right! We'd be breaking our own laws if we let her go alone.
And then we'd have to kill ourselves.
That's right.
But if this is a real job, we'll have to charge Estelle our fee.
Oh my god, they're bringing it up.
Oh, we don't need to worry about something like money, right?
Nope, no exceptions. Money is a necessity for running a guild.
Credit to Carol for making sense, because he's right. You do need funding. That's how that works.
I'm afraid I'm a bit short on funds at the moment.
In that case, why don't we just figure something out later?
That would be called debt. Which actually is a valid way to do business with a royal family, by the way.
I'll pay the fee, I promise. So let's all go together.
Okay, looks like that settles it.
This way we can all continue the journey.
All right, super ultra courageous braves, fall out!
The suck bees! I don't even know why I find that so funny.
What is that?
Huh? That's our guild's name!
We can't go with that. We need something easy to say that has a real snap to it.
Oh, really? Well...
How about something like... Brave Vesperia?
Called it.
It's the star that gives off the brightest light in the night sky.
I was actually wondering what Vesperia means.
The brightest star! Cool!
Brave Vesperia. I like it. Let's stick with that.
Okay, that settles it!
You shall be known as the Fellowship of the Ring.
Let's get to Torim Harbor and charter a boat! We're off on an ocean voyage to the continent of Desier!
Didn't you want to take a break at Heliord?
Who needs it?
Either way, we can't get to Torim without passing through Heliord.
I'd also like to see how they've been doing since the Blastia went out of control.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
Alright, we'll just stop in for a quick look around the city.
Okay.
So, first to Heliord, then from Torim to Desier by boat.
Okay, I'll try again. Brave Vesperia, fall out!
No, roll out. But seriously, that's totally the beginning of the next arc thing. The game has just begun, officially. I would put money down that that is the actual official beginning of the game. Now, it's not quite 2 yet, but I think that's actually a pretty decent chop-off point, so I'm going to chop off a little bit early and come back a little bit early. So, we're going to go ahead and chop over here, chop off the local recording.